content begin. We live on YouTube with Damu Kiwe Conversations. Shout out to my brother Yael. Everybody come in, hit that like button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice show for y'all today. The team has been real creative, working real hard. That's just what they do. Special shout out to my boy Smoked Out TV, one of the hardest working YouTubers on the internet, and he still works. All his kids is grown. He got a bunch of kids, but he got grandbabies. But he helped put together some shit. We're going to start with his video. Let's get people up in this motherfucking chat. Share the link. Hit that like button. Get us in the algorithm. We got my brother Yael.
Yael. Blessings to the pulpit and the brothers on stage. We got Bishop
Sundays.
Bishop Diamond and Pastor Deuce. How's you brothers doing on this confessional Sunday morning?
Oh man, splendid, brother. Splendid, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a blessing to be here. I am very excited about the message that Brother Diamond is bringing to the table and out of the pulpit and out of the mouth of truth. We shall salute him and dive into this situation. Blessings to you, brother.
Hey, Brother Diamond, we will get to you today. I know you like to say something to begin with the people.
Can the church start it off with a good round of amen?
Amen. Amen.
The truth shall set you free.
Oh, man, that's the only thing we could ever stand on is truth. That's why we winning. God people is people of truth. Now, we ain't doing no incriminating Rygate. We ain't doing no incriminating.
Fact.
But what we do know is we got this motherfucking content. It's the hottest content on the internet. Reggie Wright Jr. Reggie Wright Jr., the coldest piece of shit that done it. He said everybody gonna kiss the ring. That's what that man said.
Wait. Who gonna kiss the ring? Who?
He couldn't have been talking to us.
Nah, he couldn't have been talking to us. I ain't kissing first off no nigga ring. And especially no motherfucking two piece of shit ass cop snitch ass nigga. That's what I ain't doing.
Dirty cop, you gotta be precise. Dirty cop.
Dirty cop ass piece of shit ass snitch ass rat ass nigga.
Yeah, man. He's
half pig, half snake.
On top of that, he's a known informant and a CS. He's a confidential source and a confidential informant. And then he's just a regular snitch going to testify on Keefe D at the grand jury hearings. For a year, the man, I'm prophesizing he'll be locked up within a year. Yeah, nigga. You going to the grand jury, you and the boy called himself Mob James. See, things just ain't the same for gangsters. Nah, man. Since the federal investigation into Death Row Records, which was hosted by another piece of shit dirty cop, Greg Kagans, right? The Main Street cases. See, a lot of this has a nexus as the Joint Task Force investigated all of them. Obviously, it was other agencies, right? LAPD, Compton Sheriffs, West Hollywood Sheriffs. So it's a lot of motherfuckers pulling strings here and there, communicating and working together to take down Death Row. Now we got Reggie Wright Jr. Let's share everybody. We got 40 people in the chat. Let's share, tell a friend, because we ain't doing no fake bicking, my nigga.
And we for sure ain't doing no fake kicking it. And in this pulpit with Diamond, we ain't selective politicking. So if your name is Reggie Wright Jr., bring your little ass to the motherfucking pulpit, nigga, because it's confessional Sundays, and this one is especially for you. Damu
especially for you. What an early Christmas gift. Damu Kiwe Conversation. Before we get into content while they sharing, y'all, you see these? Y'all, All right, we done lost Yael. We gonna wait for him to come
I
in.
see you. I see you with them United Color raps.
Hey, listen, man. I just finished smoking. While we was playing that Stranded on Death Row, I'm taking a hit of the dude.
As you should.
Okay, Yael, you see these?
Oh man, hold on. Before we get into the truth in the pulpit with my brothers, we most definitely got to salute those who are giving an offering, who's been blessing the collection plate with the offering. That is our sponsor, which is United Color Wraps. Bless those brothers and the sponsor to the pulpit. United Color Wraps. If you are getting ready to indulge in this hot smoke of content, make sure you smoking your hot smoke with United Color Wraps. You unite that top shelf with these top shelf wraps. That is berry, cherry, apple, grape, banana, natural flavors.
Did we lose Yael? But we definitely got them. And for those who are not tapped in, make sure you go to uniquemusic.com. Go ahead, y'all. Yael, go out and come back in. It's fucked up. But salute to everybody in the chat on YouTube. Thank y'all for y'all support. Without y'all, we can't do it. XX Frank Nitty XX, Mr. Souls. Damn, I like the old Tupac stories. Guess y'all about to bleed my boy too. Yeah, bro. We can't do no selective politicking, my nigga. And the bitch ass nigga try to feign ignorance. When I seen him on Clubhouse about a month ago, he said he ain't got no issues with Due Sims. After that, he's been interviewed on Clubhouse by the Bloody Bunch, and he ran with the narrative that I got my jaw broke in 3 places, right? We was already getting ready for him anyway because it's such a nexus between him and CS2 back. You know what I'm saying? When you get into the death row murder investigations, I'm not talking about just Tupac and Biggie, in which the dirtbag Reggie Wright Jr. was a suspect in both, as well as other murders of death row faculty. Yet this man's on the street. Set up the mayor of Compton, wore a wire on him, took down the Peter Roll gang, the Grape Street side of Tennessee. He said he only had a weed case, but it was money laundering, drugs, and all of that. I'm just saying, niggas only tell you half truths. We gonna really get into it. We got 65 people in the chat. Y'all waiting on the content. We gonna get to it. Yael, you back?
Yes, sir.
Shout out, Sean. Shout out, gang.
Hey, let me shout our sponsors out because we had some interference, but salute to the United Color Wraps for the blessings of the collection plate with Damu Kiwe Conversations. Again, we have natural, we have apple, we have berry, we have cherry, banana, we got grape. You name it, we flaming it up, man. Make sure you unite your top shelf wraps with your top shelf weed with United Colored Wraps. That is United Colored Wraps. Salute to them and salute to Big U for the sponsorship. Again, we're getting ready to transition to the Unique Music app. That is the Unique Music app where you're going to be able to distribute your music and politic with the Damu Kiwe Conversation team, which is Due Sims, myself, and the whole plethora of individuals, the whole team of Damu Kiwe Conversation on Clubhouse. The mods, make sure you guys are following the mods if you're on Clubhouse. Make sure you're subscribing to the room. Make sure you're like, comment, and subscribing on YouTube because we're live right now. We are in one of the hottest lives on YouTube. Salute to the chat because that's where it's at on YouTube. And again, you are sitting in one of the hottest rooms on Clubhouse and one of the hottest lives on YouTube. This is Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Well, we're going to get right into the content. Thank y'all for sharing. Continue to share. Tell a friends because we got it for y'all today.
TV, where we expose the exposers. I gather around my people. This is your host, Simply Talking, the mic wrecker coming at you live from the heart of the hustle. Welcome to Smoked Out TV, where we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk and expose the exposers. Yeah, you heard me right. We're taking aim at the ones who think they slick, but we see through all that smoke and mirrors. Today, we're putting the spotlight on a cat who thought he could play in the snitch leagues with the likes of CS2 Back, Cash App Jones, aka Whack 100. That's right, Reggie Wright Jr. You're in our crosshairs now. You want to roll with the exposers? Well, it's time for us to expose you. Reggie Wright Jr., aka Reggie Rat Wright. We got some confidential sources and they ain't holding back. We're talking 137, baby. You and your dirty cop buddy Greg Caden thought y'all could lie and teach others to do the same. But guess what? Over here at Smoked Out TV, we ain't about that life. We're here to shine a light on your shady ways and let the truth set the streets on fire. Now, Reggie, don't even think about stopping the video to drop some weak-ass comments. Save that energy for the end, because we're gonna lay it all out. Just like the rest of them exposers. You've already exposed yourself, my guy. But before we dive deep into this expose, big shout out to all my real ones, my subscribers, holding it down in the chat. I see y'all, and I appreciate every single one of you. Let's push this channel to the top, hit that 10K mark, and keep this movement strong. Hey, enough talking. Let's get this show on the road and expose the real Reggie Wright Jr. for the fraud he is. Smoked Out TV, let's get it poppin'.
Yeah, guns drawn, Compton police raid the party. It is several weeks after 2 Compton police officers were assassinated just a half-mile from here.
Who they want to know? You told us to leave. Did you want us to leave? I didn't think so.
Officers searched the garage area where some gang members live. All the gang members are patted down.
Hands up where we can see them.
Midget kneels in the front row. At a young age, seen police as the enemy.
We always seen police as the enemy. Still do. Can't talk about these weirdos.
Facts.
Them was the slave catcher. Why the fuck would we have faith in an organization and that was the slave catcher? Founded to keep us in our place. They're still doing that shit today in inner cities across the United States. Rest in peace to Buntry Ave. You know what I'm saying? That other rat piece of shit brother, at least he was an honorable gangster. He died that. A lot of questions about that. But this ain't Rod Gate.
We always knew the FBI was following us or trying to get us for something. So we really didn't care. But yeah, a lot of emotions was running through me at the time. 2 guys that I'm really in charge of their protection was laying in the hospital, fighting for their life.
Everybody wants to know, well, why do you got an attitude? I mean, you did a movie. When you calmed down, we gave you some money. I still got the scars. When I go to sleep, I still feel them cops on me. I want to expand and blow up. And I can't do that if the police keep grabbing at me, because it's just going to make me more and more bitter.
Yeah. During the course of people obviously watching the video and then leaving comments, a lot of people made a big deal about saying that, and I guess Phil Carson tried to allude to this, but he was very vague. You know, he kept persisting with the, hey, Reggie, I'm trying to protect you from you. But people took it as Reggie is an informant or a 302, or there were a bunch of numbers that people threw out was a so-and-so informant. Can you break down the difference in FBI sources or FBI informants, or just somebody who is willing to answer a question if somebody asks them that?
Yeah, so that was kind of a compound series of questions.
You've written a lot of books. You've been with us many times. You know the Philadelphia mob very well. Why'd you take on this guy's story?
A couple different reasons, Steve. One, I read all the testimonies, the transcripts of murder, racketeering, all those sorts of things. I've read all of those transcripts, all of the testimony in those trials. I've reviewed documents. There's an FBI 302, a 5-page.
Tell everybody what a 302
302 is a
GMC Sierra,
shit.
It's the truck.
And when it's
Get
down,
1.9% APR.
Memo memorializing a meeting. Here's what I can
Why
tell
would he
you.
even meet with them in the first place?
Because he was trying to cut a deal, which is the point Jared's trying to make. He called anybody and everybody a rat. He was trying to do the exact same thing. The fact that he sat down with these guys, talked about murders, implicated guys in murders, talked about briberies, talked about extortions. This book has the full 5-page document. So, you know, he can say whatever he wants.
But I think it's okay. I can address it all. I just like Phil explained that they have within the FBI anyways, these two designations. You have basically an informant that's willing to cooperate and then testify. And then you have an informant that is willing to help you, but he wants his name.
Real quick, before we get into that, the informant that provides information to the feds, DEA, FBI, whatever, right? But they never intend to testify. They might fear for their life, as in the Main Street case CS2 back did, right? Those are called 137 federal sources. So he's not actually a confidential informant. He's a confidential source of information.
Forever concealed.
Right.
So he doesn't want his identity to ever be exposed. So, within the local system, within like LAPD, we have like 4 different designations for informants. But to not digress, I thought that whole thing was really strange too. I didn't get what was going on there because Phil did seem to be alluding to the idea that, hey, Reggie, you need to shut up because, I'm going to have to disclose that you're an informant. Or wait a second, are we really going to get into like what were you doing the night of Tupac Shakur's murder?
Tupac murder? Where was you at? He got a whole fan base of Tupac supporters that believe he was faux Pac. He was faux Suge. He was faux Death Row. That changed a long time ago. Primary clients were the artists and executives of Death Row Records. Within these weeks of Biggie's death, Reggie Wright had been named as a suspect in Biggie murder also. You got a man who's been accused and suspected in multiple murders. That was an ex-cop, dirty cop, wearing wires on motherfuckers.
Where were you the night Tupac Shakur was murdered?
I have absolutely no idea.
From the MGM video, the infamous brawl that looks like Greg Cadence. Can't confirm positively, but it's definitely somebody that looked like Greg Cadence at the MGM the night of the murder. Tupac Shakur, when he had to fight. Them is real close. Reggie Wright.
So why do they call them black ops in the military? Oh, we got a helicopter going
Cass
over.
Jones,
Isn't that nice?
Greg Cadence.
Why do they call them black ops in the military? When I first started looking into these cases, Russell introduced me to one of his supervisors.
You're talking about Russell Poole, Detective
one of the heads of the detectives. And this is somebody who worked on the Wallace civil trial. we were supposed to meet for 45 minutes, and we got together about 10 o'clock in the morning. And by 6 o'clock at night, we were still together talking. And he finally said to me, he said, "Where will this lead if you continue?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "I will tell you where it will lead. This will lead to the CIA putting drugs out on the streets of America to fund their covert operations." And he said it at the time, and I really looked at him very skeptically. But now, 3.5 years in, I'm telling you, this leads to the CIA putting drugs on the streets of America. And why did they put those drugs on the streets of America?
To fund their
There were two
operation
reasons. One, they needed to raise money for covert activities,
and to
like
tear down
the Iran-Contra scandal, where they were mining the ports down in Nicaragua. And they needed money to be able to mine those ports. And because of the Boland amendments, both of them, they were barred from funding anything to do with the Contras. And so that money had to flow from outside of the government. So they needed money. And the second reason that they did this was they wanted to destroy the black family. They wanted to destroy the black family because they were afraid there was going to be a race war.
So let's talk about that. That's a very interesting point, and we're going to build up on that. In COINTELPRO, J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI's objective was to prevent the birth of a black messiah. So they targeted all of the organizations that stood up for civil and human liberties. Y'all know it as the Civil Rights Movement. Counterintelligence, they put informants up under them. They sabotaged them every way that they could, even started to feeding the kids in school program so that those within the community couldn't respect the black men the way they did, as when the Panthers were the ones with the school program. They got Black Panthers murdered. They assassinated Fred Hampton in Chicago. Rest in peace. The motherfuckers put Geronimo Pratt in jail until he was old and almost ready to die. They locked up Pac Mama while she was pregnant with him. Asada put as #1 most wanted on America's most wanted Fed list. She had to seek asylum in Cuba, right? They had the United Slaves, another organization funded by the feds, unbeknownstly to them, and they knocked down almost half a dozen or more Black Panthers. They targeted James Fonda because she was financial support. So they attacked the leaders and the black males, strong black males that stood up for our liberties and to protect our community, whichever ones you agree with. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, even peaceful ass Martin Luther King. So now you get to talking about the CIA is in it and continue to do drugs after the Iran-Contra scandal. Now that's it. That involves Freeway Ricky Ross and others. Danilo Blandone, Norwin Meneses, Oliver North, George H.W. Bush, and the Reaganomics himself, President Ronald Reagan. So when you get into this level of influence from within law enforcement and the government with their objectives, because Congress wouldn't fund any of their acts in Nicaragua. They didn't want a communist nation that close to another communist nation that close to them anyway. So they wanted to overthrow the Sandinista government. You know what I'm saying? It's essentially the same thing. With the drugs, they were able to take all of the fathers out of the household because it was at that point a lot of the jobs that in factories in Los Angeles had already left, took the jobs with them. And then here comes this affordable, marketable, low-price drug that was that addictive. People selling, going to jail. people using it in and out of jail, in drug treatment facilities. Knock off the head, the body falls. He said that he at the behind the whole shit with Tupac and Biggie murder in that investigation. One of the intent was to continue to fund what they had going on that the government wouldn't. So they after the dope. And the other one was to make sure that we was going to jail. Black men. Feel our pain one time, sisters. We can't make it without you.
And that's why they did it. Was it the entire government? Absolutely not. Was it a faction inside the government? Yes, it was. Reggie Jr. has told a lot of his friends that he is protected by the CIA. It very well could be. Will the CIA acknowledge this? I think it's time for everybody to start asking the CIA if Reggie Jr. and Reggie Sr. are protected.
Not the money that I'm bragging about. When people see me with the jewels, it's not that. It's for these, yes, it's for these little niggas to see. You just seen me in cuffs, shot up in a wheelchair with my head wrapped up. And you see me less than a fucking year later bailing through this motherfucking jewel down like Saka Zulu. Banging on niggas. I got
Targaryens are gone.
Damu Kiwe. Yeah.
No.
this whole shit shook up. Everybody talking about this West Side.
Las Vegas the night Tupac was killed. Yes, sir. Did you attend the fight with Suge and Tupac?
Well, of course, I had a ticket to go to the fight. However,
you didn't even answer the
Did
question.
you have your gun with you when you were in Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
You've heard the rumors. So I want you to vindicate yourself while the world is watching.
I think that's crazy to even think or believe it myself. Now stop there.
Only back up, you go straight to the come ain't none out there. You process of identification. Got me rushing the station, stuck in the lineup. And it ain't hide my face. Man, fuck that neighbor, can't recall the script. That easy, you know. That is shit. False retaliation. They playing busted. No man doesn't trust it. Everything corrupted. Once man touch it. Kamikaze.
With Reggie, and as we were riding, driving, going over to the meeting, he began to tell me about how he was upset at Kevin Hackey because Kevin Hackey didn't come out to Las Vegas, and that Kevin Hackey had my Nextel two-way, cell phone radio that should have been given to me when I arrived in Vegas.
Normally, Frank and I would both have radios, and Frank could just say, "Hey, Mike, we're over here." There was no radio again. That day, Frank doesn't have a radio. I don't have a radio, which I normally have.
Reggie Wright Jr., the head of security for Right Way Security at Death Row, organized the personnel to plan the hit, and I believe police officers were a big part of the hit.
Poole says he retired early from the LAPD out of frustration because of this case, saying the department didn't allow him to pursue leads that involved other cops.
I think...
Imagine that. Imagine that. You got two of the most high-profile murders in entertainment history. And the head guy covering the investigation is being shut down and stopped by his superiors whenever any leads led to the police. Suge said that after, I think he said 2003, everything on Death Row was the feds.
I was getting too close to the truth. I think they feared that the truth would be a scandal.
About 2 weeks after that, I was contacted by Reggie to go over to Santa Monica Police Department to pick up this firearm.
Hackey says he first showed the handgun to his FBI handlers and then turned it over to Reggie Wright Jr. A month later in Las Vegas, investigators say it was a .40 Glock handgun that killed Tupac Shakur. Hackey believes the murder weapon was the same gun he gave Reggie Wright Jr.
I believe it is.
But again, Reggie Wright Jr. is the one that brought him to that interview.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great and powerful heart has spoken.
You know very little about Marion Suge Knight's partner in business. He's a man in the shadows. That man's name is Reginald Wright Jr. Reggie Wright Jr. was clearly at the middle of the entire orchestration of the assassination, to be sure. However, one must look at the other elements that would have been.
Before we get back into this content, we got a comment from Godly Shody. That's a lie. The CIA don't need money. They print money. Don't ever let them tell you that they doing something for money. It was just to destroy black people. That's factually a total lie. For sure, they needed to overturn the Sandinista government in Nicaragua. All you got to do is go read the book. That's crazy. The Dark Alliance, bro. Gary Webb, rest in peace. He said he feared for his life. Congressional document signed by Maxine Waters. What the fuck is we talking about? Nigga, that's what they was getting the money for. You didn't hear Jay-Z on Black Magic or Blue, what was the name of it? Blue Magic?
Yeah, that album Jay-Z put out when he was talking about the government.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
These dudes just be talking, bro. If you don't talk, a motherfucker never know you a fool if you don't talk. Sometimes that's why you got two ears and one mouth. Just listen, bro. I'm very well studied on this subject. What's up, King?
Hey, I want to point something out to you when this video is over. I just sent you two pictures. One, the first one says William Casey, which was the CIA director,
right,
died of pneumonia. The other one says he died of a brain tumor. Fact of the matter is, Oliver North completed his testimony that Friday. Monday, William Bill Casey was scheduled to begin his testimony. Up to that point, everybody had pointed the finger at him. By Monday, he was dead. You're going to continue the video. Think about that, though, people.
Yeah, but for sure, Dark Alliance by Webb, I think Gary Webb, he did the whole investigation. Nicaraguans all throughout Los Angeles. I take it you ain't from the land, right? Because all throughout LA, Lenox police station, dudes was getting caught with diesels. We the home of crap, bro. We the home of crap. We watched this shit happen. You might not be that high up on the totem pole, bro. It was a lot of players up out the land, bro. And we was dealing directly with them. This is before the Mexicans had the dope game. So I don't know how old you is, but make sure next time you talk, you got facts. This ain't nothing about hypothetical.
Been involved.
This
Reggie
was
Wright
our
Jr. was
reality.
a former Compton police officer. His record as a police officer was short and unremarkable.
I know for a fact, yes, there was tail cut. And from what I do internally, because I was working for the FBI, I mean, that was made by the supervisor who I worked under the FBI. I mean, it was just the nigga that got some money. I mean, it was no big deal in a sense. So I guess in the sense of put it point blank, you know, they're not going to take chase or whatever because obviously, you know, it's black on black crime. Yeah. There was a lot of, I mean, no one really cared. I mean, had Tupac Shakur been white, had Suge Knight been white, I mean, hell, you would have had highways shut down. Yeah. You would have had 50 million helicopters out. Yeah. I mean, that's just the reality, and that's just the sign of the times that we live in. We still live in.
Okay, but let me correct you on one thing, okay? Tupac Shakur was a suspect in a racketeering investigation.
There's the key
okay?
word.
So at that point in time, it became federal jurisdiction.
Okay, you clarified that that's the key word.
So what he's saying is at the time of death of Tupac Shakur, he was under federal racketeering RICO. He was under investigation for a RICO, bro. So the feds is watching you. You under surveillance, so is death row.
The Compton killings that occurred thereafter after Tupac was shot was just a diversion to make, you know, general public, law enforcement believe it was blood crypt thing. When indeed, I mean, it was all orchestrated.
we can go right there. We know for a fact that Reggie Wright Jr. worked for the FBI as an informant. If you listen to the episode of the dossier when Reggie is on it, Bill is almost pleading with him, Reggie, just don't go there. Just don't go there, Reggie. Don't say that. You know it's not true. And let's not get into a tit for tat here, because you know I know that you were an informant for my partner while you were at death row.
But
at that time, at death row, Phil and his team had death row under surveillance. Those were the guys that were following Suge around, that had in upwards of I know for a fact, Reggie was an informant. I was told Mob James was an informant at that time. And then there was two brothers that I have to verify and check their name.
I'm a therapist who goes to therapy. And some people think that's strange. The thing is, though, therapists are human beings.
Names that worked at death row that were also informants. And the FBI team that was looking at all of this stuff was running these informants while they were trying to build a case against Suge. It's a fact. It's not some gossip on a website. It's not some bullshit that people are putting on Instagram. That's just a fact. Okay?
Do anybody debate that was a fact, that they was trying to build a case on Suge? I mean, all you got to do is ask Reggie Wright. I asked him and he admitted it. He took Suge Knight's wife to the federal task force investigating, trying to put him in jail, to tell them that Poochie, she gave money to Poochie and was ordered to give the money to Poochie from Suge Knight, her husband. I thought that under California law, a woman or your wife can't testify against you. But this shit is so high up and they so bent on getting Suge off the streets. These are the measures they going through. And what was the tool? What was the platform to continue to cooperate with the federal authorities in the investigate of the nigga that put them on?
Deuce, in California State Prison, they can't make your wife testify. She can, but they can't make her.
Okay. Well, she definitely went with Reggie Wright Jr. He took her to the... Why is you taking anybody to the feds to tell on anybody? But you try to claim you ain't a snitch. You pro-death row. You was helped trying to take down death row.
But by that time...
Go ahead.
By that time, you got to understand, by that time, Reggie was in charge of death row. So what he was doing was picking all the low-bearing fruit, stealing everything he could from under Suge, because Suge gave him power of attorney.
Right. But he with the power of attorney, he even snaked Suge on that. Him and David Kenner allowing the Afeni Shakur to use records that are owned by Death Row Records, stopping his income. He wasn't getting paid off of shit that was being released, and he in jail. He used the building and take the money out of death row to fund the political career of a politician in Vegas. This is the type of power-hungry piece of shit snake motherfucker that we dealing with. Ex-pig, ex-dirty pig, the same ex-dirty pig that Suge himself put as the head of security for Right Way. Grew up with him. Snake motherfucker. Let's get into the content.
So let's take everything that my friend Reggie says with a grain of salt. And I say that he's always been very nice and pleasant to me. Right. But I just consistently don't understand the purpose of having platforms to consistently lie. And I put Mr. Kading in that bunch also, who's just a whole nother animal. And I think, you know, he did it to sell books and to sell a TV show and to sell a movie. And he kind of is too far in now to like come off of it. I hope at some point in Greg's life, he looks at himself in the.
Hey, Yael, you still with us or you having technical difficulties? Oh, there you go. You got your device not connected, y'all. I'm trying to pull you on. But while we wait on Yael to be able to do that, the money used needed to be unaccounted for, off the books and unknown about to fund an illegal war.
I'm here.
You cannot print money to fund an illegal war. Facts. But even more than that, they were doing business with a country that was under economic embargo, Iran. That's the Iran-Contra scandal. They
Damu
get the money.
Kiwe Conversations.
They get the coke from Nicaragua flying into Costa Rica, where it was a little bitty ass barn, military planes and all kind of shit, nigga, flying into this little ass barn, loading up and flying into Texas, hometown of George H.W. Bush, and it'd be going straight to Danilo Blandone. I mean, Norwin Meneses and Danilo Blandone, who supplied the real Freeway Ricky Ross. So, yeah, I don't know what that other dude was talking about, but let's get back into this, man. But that's a good point. Dice TV, salute to the humble.
The mirror, and he just says, like, I want to tell the truth, right, about this stuff. And he does at some point. I think it's got to be hard walking around and living a lie day in and day out. And at this point, why does it matter? No one cares if you would just come forward and tell the truth. You know what I mean? So
now, getting back to Greg Kading, right? I don't believe nothing Greg Kading say, right? For one, to me, he's a dirty cop. Like the way he goes about getting confessions. Like, let's just go with the first one, right? First of all, let me ask you this question.
Facts.
Do you know, was Reggie the suspect in the notorious B.I.G. or Christopher Wallace murder? Was he a suspect in it? And did Greg Kading go to Reggie and Reggie feed him these theories about Southside killed Biggie and retaliation of Tupac? And then he turned around and said, oh, no, well, you know, it was Poochie. Like, isn't this all being fed from Reggie, allegedly?
Well, it's obvious. Here's what I'll say. It's obvious, and obviously I don't know in terms of a timeline, right?
Low.
But it is obvious that when Phil starts this investigation and he starts to look into all of this stuff, that Reggie is in the middle of it, you know? And what also I think happened is close to what you're saying, right? Is Greg Kading, you know, when he is doing what he's quote unquote supposed to be doing, which is investigating the murder of Biggie, what he really was doing was he was a pawn by the bosses at the LAPD to control the narrative, to completely control the narrative, because
right?
prior to doing the Biggie case, Kading had a few cases, specifically a case by a guy by the name of Ramos, who was this big narcotics trafficker in South Central. And Kading fucked that case up so bad that the district attorney wanted nothing to do with him. He basically, from what I've been told, was kind of like, you know, when cops get a reputation or a record where they won't be allowed to testify in court because they've lied or they've.
So they slap him on the wrist because his credibility, this is the court of law. A dirty cop credibility is so fucked up because he threw Mexican George case. Mexican George, I was in the feds with Mexican George. Mexican George, he beat the feds twice, which leads me to believe some other things about him. But he threw the motherfucking case, right? So he couldn't even testify in court no more because his credibility. Today, Greg Cadence brags about being still working for the largest private sector law enforcement company in the San Bernardino Inland Empire. That sounds like a Fed outfit to me. You understand what I'm saying? These the type of dirty motherfuckers we gonna take care of you. The biggest federal law enforcement team, private sector. Y'all just think about that real quick. Let's go. And shout out Brother Talmid. Brother Talmid, we supposed to be angry when they target our black family structure. And sister, it hurts us so much when y'all don't understand why we was targeted. Any aggressive, strong picture of a black male, they do not want marketed to this society. That's why Black Panther the movie was so big, right? That's why they try to get peaceful ass Martin Luther King, who did everything by the book, never did a crime, even though he was still arrested. You know what I'm saying? For picketing and doing all of the other stuff that he did to fight against Jim Crow and all of the shit going on. They tried to get him to kill himself because they couldn't see him, a black man, get the Nobel Peace Prize. Fuck all of that. We supposed to be mad. How the fuck we gonna lead when we being undermined every step of the motherfucking way? Let's get to it.
They've lied in reports or they've done stupid shit in investigations. Kading got to that level, okay? So I was having a conversation today that what I think he realized was that his time at the LAPD was basically he was out the door, okay? And secondarily to that, he was kind of this pawn that was being used by the LAPD. And he said, you know what? I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna make money from being the guy who was sort of put onto this for God knows what reason. I don't know. And
to make the lawsuit disappear.
Yeah, he started operating as if you were gonna write a book. And what's important about this is this Keefe D proffer, which is like completely from what, you know, in preparing to come on tonight.
With Norwegian, wake up to a new city nearly every day. Come aboard.
Talk to a few people about this because I want to be clear. The Tupac stuff, I'm just starting, or I have obviously a lot of knowledge because they're, you know, somehow intertwined, but I don't have half of the knowledge, you know, that I do in the Biggie stuff, that I do in the Pac stuff. But I have, you know, a podcast that will come out season 3 about Tupac that's called Tupac versus Compton that will go into a bigger story about Compton and the murder of Pac. Well, some of this stuff will come in. But Greg Kading does a proffer with Keefe D, okay? Now, this proffer that he does with the FBI, okay, as a part of a drug case. It has nothing to do with Tupac. It has nothing to do with the Tupac case at all. And second to that, Greg Kading is not, as an LAPD detective is not supposed to be investigating the murder of Tupac. Remember, his job is to fucking investigate the murder of Biggie.
Right.
So he brings Keefe D in on a third case here, and I'm sorry if this is getting confusing because it's fucking moronic. And he gets Keefe D to proffer on this thing, and all of a sudden Keefe D starts telling this story about fucking Tupac and the night Tupac is killed. Well, guess what?
Wait, not necessarily. Now, hold on. Now, I know a little bit more about this case, right?
Right.
So, Greg Kading just like Teresa Swan, his tactic is to catch you dirty to get you to talk, right?
Yeah.
So he ran up on her, she did some fraud or whatever, this, that, and other, and then he writes a statement saying Poochie wrote this statement confessing to killing Biggie, right? And he shows it to her. Now he knows this is complete bullshit because he wrote it. And she goes, oh yeah, that's what Poochie said. Yeah, everything Poochie says is the truth. Right there, you should have known she's full of shit because you made it up. He took that as a confession and told the world, oh, Poochie killed Biggie. Oh, because Teresa Swan confessed to the statement that, nigga, that statement is fucking fake, bro. You made it up. So what did she confess to that never happened? Because Poochie never wrote and never confessed to it. That came from Reggie. Reggie told him, oh, Teresa Swan was going to see Suge on lawyer visits. Suge could have been getting some pussy. Excuse my French, pardon my French. He could have used that opportunity to have sex, right? Not necessarily draw up a plan to kill Biggie like he knew Biggie was going to be in town and knew where Biggie and he's in jail, right? So I don't believe that. But once again, and my theory is Reggie and whoever allegedly took it.
You know, sometimes where truth appears, falsehood disappears, right? And you get this dude named Gorilla Brown 84. Reggie never worked for the feds. So Reggie never worked for the feds when he wore a wire on Mayor Bradley. So Reggie never worked for the feds when he took Suge's wife to the feds to incriminate Suge Knight in the murder and Poochie in the murder of Tupac Shakur. I mean, of Biggie Smalls. I'm just saying, bro, you're working. There's no reason we should have a relationship with the feds. And here you is talking about Reggie Wright never worked for the feds. Is you just dumb, or you a dick puller, or somebody, one of Reggie followers that just love Reggie? In any event, the facts is the facts. This is Confessional Sunday. Yael.
My brother, the Pastor Deuce. Oh my goodness, we have this Judas, this Reggie Wright Jr. He must be a snitch, just like his daddy. And the facts remain, you have followers of the fallen. He's one of the fallen, so the followers are falling right behind him. You understand me, Deuce Sims?
I asked Reggie Wright Jr. This was in the Bloody Bunch. Go check out the replays. I asked Reggie Wright Jr., if you not a snitch, then why'd you take Suge Knight's wife to go incriminate him to the feds to incriminate him? Gorilla Brown, bro, go do sometimes just shut your mouth, bro, because you don't sound really knowledgeable about the facts of the case. These are things that he doesn't even deny. He admitted it to me, bro. It is in Greg Kading Notes. Oh, Gorilla Brown might be the other dirty cop, the other dirty pig.
This is what I'm telling you, brother, Pastor Deuce M's and Pastor Diamond. We have the wolf in sheep's clothing amongst the flock in the congregation. They are sitting in the stands, watching and listening like the devil did in the beginning. This is the plot.
Just keep in mind, They knew this was coming, so they got all kind of motherfuckers in the chats and on the bullshit trying to debunk it. Just keep pushing forward.
To derail the content, but one monkey don't stop no show. One monkey don't stop no show. Hey.
Conversations
to kill Biggie for whatever. Now, I don't know if you know, there's interviews where Big is dissing Pac, where he's rapping at the radio station. He's doing, I think, Long Kiss Tonight, which is a diss to Pac, right? So outside of him running around LA is already disrespectful to maybe those people on the death row side, right? But then again, they could be smart and just want to use it as retaliation. Second, right, which you may never seen. I don't know if you ever seen, you was watching back then, but on Rap City, when you see Biggie sitting in the park with Joe Clair, that was Biggie's last interview, and it aired that Saturday. During the day, it aired, right? Joe Clair asks Biggie in that interview, so, you know, Tupac saying that, you know, he has sex with Faith. And Big replies, if he did, he won't no more. I'm like, no, Big, no. You can't say that in Cali. That night, his ass was dead. That show, now BET, they cut that shit out. When he got killed that night, they never aired it again. But I think that was also fuel on the fire to make whoever wanted to kill Big that night really like, yo, we gonna get this motherfucker. This is like, he already up at the radio station. He already running around LA. Now this motherfucker shows with no remorse and says, yeah, well, Tupac for Faith, he won't no more. Like that nigga's dead. And the way he said it was so cold, I know that pissed him off. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, right? So what I see is that Biggie may have happened because they was pissed off that he was running around like that, or it may have been a hit, right? Because here's the other side of it. I don't know.
Oh shit! Damu Kiwe Conversations. We got a short commercial, so we want to make sure we shout out everybody. I wasn't ready.
Terminix it.
Oh shit! Fuck it. We got another commercial.
Okay, Fred. Time to find our perfect apartment in Zillow. Don't worry. Change your
AIO, they caught me slipping.
If Puffy was
Damu Kiwe
but they was beefing
Conversations.
Big and Puff. Big was on his.
Shout out
After Death was his last album, his obligation.
The video
he already
done.
went and did a deal with Junior Mafia, and then go to deal with Bad Boy and Arista. Allegedly, Clive Davis was mad at Puff for letting Big go somewhere else and do a deal. Then there's the argument that Gene Deal witnessed between Puff and Big that day, where now all of a sudden Puff doesn't take Gene with him. He leaves him with Big, and he takes D-Rock with him. Now, there's alleged Reggie says that Puff was trying to hire him while he was out there. I talked to Gene about that. He said it was Paul. Paul did hire one of the Death Row, or the guys that was doing security from Death Row, but he was from Long Beach originally, an off-duty cop that was in the circle of the Bad Boy during that time. Now, Big and Puff had an argument because Big lied to Puff about Lil' Kim writing her own music, and he done the publishing deal with her. So Big was cutting Puff out of a lot of money by writing for Kim and seizing on them and telling them that they was writing their own stuff. And Gene exposed that to him. So that day, he's like, yo, tell me you did it. If you hear Gene talk, they was arguing, then Puff leaves.
That like button shit.
And you got the, that was the last time I think they was around each other, and it was bad blood. Where nobody really looks at it that as maybe a possible theory. And then, Puff seeing the money that was made off the death of Pac. And then it's like, okay, why the fuck are y'all in LA? Everybody in the world know this is a fucking bad idea, but Puffy. And then you lead them to a party. Keefe D and them approach you at the party, like, yo, we here, what's up? And you tell Keefe D and them, nah, yo, the feds is on us. We don't need no protection. Yo, here, take these 3 bottles and y'all go over there. Yo, don't come around us. Why? All the time you in LA or California, you using these niggas for protection. Now tonight, you already comfortable. You running around the party, this, that, and other. You ain't scared. Mac and Perez is in the party. Like, people are seeing them. They
talk about
they
that.
was there. You know, I'm gonna ask you about that later.
Mac and Perez
and then
are in the party. Now, it's many theories, and this is one of the reasons why I think Keefe D is gonna be almost impossible to convict him. It's a million different scenarios throughout before my generation to me that grew up on Tupac music, because it affected so many people differently. So in Detective Russell Poole book, he connected a right-way security, death row security, David Mack and Rafael Perez from the Rampart scandal. Dirty cops who went and robbed the bank right in my hood at the USC Village on McClintock and Jefferson. Robbed that bank for $900,000. These same crooked cops shot an essay from 18th Street, paralyzed him, and put a dirty pistol on him. Kilos was coming up missing in the Rampart scandal. People be like, you don't like Trump, why you don't support Kamala Harris and Joe Biden? Because all of this was under her watch. Those same police at Rampart were moving around to Southwest Police Division, where I had my problems with these pigs, these dirty-ass, crooked-ass cops who made a bet that they would that I wouldn't be out of YA or out of jail for 6 months. My second day out of YA, a bet for beer. Officer Livingston and Officer Messenger. Then some shit happened in the hood. They want to put it on me because the homicide detectives raided my mama house in Gardena without a search warrant. Broke in through the window. So they assuming that it's me on these hot ones, right? No murder weapon was found. I get violated, had to go back to YA for being a suspect in a homicide I had nothing to do. And they said the word around town was they was going to get Deuce in. They got me. First time I broke, they bust at me 2 shots and missed. There's no record in the hood. Go holler at the homegirl Tayon, her sister Tiffany. Go holler at the smokers on Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? At that time, me and D-Ray the Gangster had the project sold when we was doing what we was doing back then. But we'll be all the way up and down Jefferson because the projects was so hot. I had a spot with my little Belizean broad right there in front of the 99-cent store. Darlene. Go ask Darlene and her mama. I didn't even know that they had shot at me once they caught me till she came out. Who shoot the gun by me window? You could have killed me now. They got me in handcuffs, searching for weapons or guns or dope or whatever, right? All they found was my kush. I said, gunshot? These niggas shot at me? They said, oh, no, we're sorry. It was an accident. They take the cuffs off me, get in the car. It's 3 police cars. Get in their police cars and left me right there in front of Darlene's house after they shot at me. Anytime a pig discharges their firearm, they got to make a report. There was no report. And they wasn't done then. They said they was going to get me. They caught me in the projects one day. I just got my truck towed, and they planning work on me. Officer Livingston and his partner Messenger. Officer Livingston came from the Rampart scandal. This is the type of shit that was the norm with the crash unit throughout Los Angeles. So-called gang unit. community resources against street hoodlums. See, a lot of y'all is from the outside looking in, and y'all don't know how deep this shit really was, and it was rampant throughout Los Angeles. These are the type of niggas that he had with him. They'll rob a bank, plant dope on a nigga, shoot a nigga, and plant a gun on him. And they're connected to right way and death row security at murder scenes. Multiple. Let's go.
All of a sudden, you don't ride with the star. You're not in the car with Big. You're in separate cars. And then Big gets killed. And then Puff goes on to be the super mega star, right? That's just one of my theories. I'm not saying Puff did it. I'm just saying to everybody in the world, why the fuck was y'all in LA at that time with that climate? And then Big going on the radio, this, that, and the third. I don't know. But
well, it is interesting. I've been seeing as of late, and I find this interesting, is it seems people are saying certain things. I think 50 just said something. I saw something else, about what you're speaking about. So it seems like, the stuff you're talking about is very interesting, right? And with this arrest, it seems like people are almost more comfortable talking about maybe things for some reason they didn't want to talk about before.
Wrapping it up at Smoked Out TV, the realest expose on Reggie Wright Jr. Hey, what's good, Smoked Out family? It's your boy, simply talking back again to close out another fire episode. We've been deep in the trenches today, pulling back the curtain on Reggie Wright Jr. and his shit.
So shout out my boy, Simply Talking. That's Smoked Out TV. But if you haven't subscribed, go support the brother. He's been putting in work for over a year now, probably 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into this, what you call it. You want to shout out the sponsors, Yael? Because we got a special sermon coming from the brother Diamond.
Yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and just give, because we was just listening to Smoked Out TV, so you know it was hot smoke right now. So if you want to roll up your top shelf, make sure you unite your top shelf with a united color wrap. That's make sure you wrap up your top shelf with a united color wrap. And we got different flavors. We got cherry, berry, apple, banana, natural. You name it, we flame it, man. Salute to United Color Wraps for the sponsor, man, with the different flavorful wraps. Salute to Big U. Also, with the new app coming, which is Unique Music app, we're getting ready to transition over there pretty soon, where you're going to be able to distribute your music for free and network with me and the whole team with Damu Kiwe Conversations, and Do Sims, myself, and the whole team. Salute to all of the mods on stage on Clubhouse right now, holding it down, and everybody on stage and in the Goose. Salute to you also, and everybody live on the YouTube live of the Damu Kiwe Conversation stream right now. Salute to everybody in the chat. That's where it's at. Salute to you, brothers. Remember, tap in, tell a friend, like, comment, and subscribe. You sitting in one of the hottest lives on YouTube and one of the hottest lives on Clubhouse. This is Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Diamond, brother Diamond.
Coming to the pulpit. Brother Diamond.
What it do? What it do?
Oh, man, we own it. We own it. We want to get into some more of the intricacies. This same cop that claims he never worked with law enforcement and all of that, I'm quite sure you want to get into some stuff. We go. You the host today. Let's go ahead and start your quarterback. And before we get into the next video, shout out my boy Scandalous Los Angeles TV. We'll have it ready whenever you ready. We got indictments. We got all kind of shit. Where you ready to go next?
Well, let's start at the time when old Suge went to jail. First and foremost, Reggie was not in charge of death row.
Speak on
at that time, Norris Anderson, Suge's brother-in-law, was in charge of death row. Niggas didn't really trust that nigga Reggie because they knew he was the police.
Right.
So the whole plot and plan with the Biggie shit never ran across his desk. Everything that he done set up and portrayed and purported to be part of, smoke and mirrors, straight lies.
Exposed.
The whole shit started about 6 weeks before it actually happened. Lowdown from OFTB, Operation from the Bottoms. Group on Death Row's label at that time. He had his anniversary party. Hotel Carson. At that time, squad was instructed to come in, blend in, and that's where the meeting with Norris took place. His itinerary was then presented along with the first payment. All this bullshit that they talking about Poochie and all these other motherfucking weird names and shit, smoke and mirrors. Bam. Let's get to the day that the shit took place. Biggie called his guy to bring some weed down to the Westwood Marquis Hotel, to room 1013, 1013, which was Lil Caesar's room. Lil Caesar answered that door. He had on a green polo shirt and some blue jean shorts. The Lil Kim video had just came out. The one that he's featured on. They was watching that in the bedroom. Had 2 white girls in the bedroom. Lil Caesar was in there and had one security dude working. The weed man pulled up with the weed. He called Biggie upstairs and Biggie came down. Got the weed. They wanted to show him the video. They show the weed man the video. Weed man kick it. They smoke. Do all these things. And I don't want people to take my word for this. I want everybody to tap in with Lil C's. Play this for him. And ask him if it's the gospel truth. All of that was part of the lineup. The cool thing about it, the weed man didn't even know that that was part of the lineup. He was just contracted by the team to keep an eye on them while they was here. You dig?
Right.
Now, that Thursday, before all this transpired, they had went to the Good Bar. This was when it was initially supposed to take place. That night at the Good Bar, some people know that as Bar 1, at the end of Sunset, where Atlantic Records is. However, that particular night, when all the ducks were lined up, God was on his side. Because it was 2 sheriff cars that decided to post up right outside the club that night. It spooked the team. So they called it off. They called it off, and that's what took it to the day that it transpired.
Oh, yeah.
These dudes is just giving smoke and mirrors. Now let's speak the facts.
1 second, Brother Diamond. We got a super chat in the chat. Salute, salute, and salute to the coolest dude. Keep that shit 100. Salute, Yael, Deuce M's. Man, we appreciate you, coolest dude, for the super chat. Any and everything you guys give us, we highly appreciate it. Thank you to you and bless you and your family, man. This is Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Go ahead.
Now remember,
Brother
now remember I told you, Reggie Wright was not at that celebration at Lowdown's anniversary party. Everything was being ran through Norris. The weed man kicked it there 3-4 hours. Tap in with Lil C's. It was 2 white girls in the bedroom where we watched the video. And yes, I used the word we. Speaking facts.
So let me ask you this. Somebody said Diamond. Don't forget Kenny was a driver for Biggie Entourage that night. Kenny still has ties to Snoop this day.
Is that true?
We all know who the players are. I don't have to say no names because those who need to know, they know.
Facts.
The facts are the facts. Tap in with Lil C's. That night at Bar 1, the good bar, which was then at that time, I believe, owned by Shaquille O'Neal. Lil C's had on that velvet green jacket, that forest green velvet jacket, like a real player. Biggie had on the tan leather. We stayed standing by the pole because Biggie didn't want to move around too much. He wanted to stay where he could observe his surroundings. Even the nigga Scottie Pippen that came up and spoke. Yeah, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, that is. Let's speak on it. But what I want y'all to really pay attention to, let me send a message to Reggie. You crippled bitch. You done lied long enough. You done sit up and milk this shit for all you could long enough. Lay down and be a convalescent the way you supposed to be. You bitch. You talk about fuck this one's mama and fuck that one's mama. No, fuck your mama. You fucking coward. You's a piece of shit. Cause I know you's a pig and a snake. And you have no problem testifying and going before any kind of grand jury or anything else. We're pulling the covers off for you. The next segment, this video I'm about to play, is from me to you. Go ahead and play the video, doggy.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Now I see why they hate that boy Diamond. We gonna pray for Diamond and get into this new video.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Today, we have a special treat in store for you guys, because no longer can we allow these 137 informants to have an uninterrupted rule of running the narrative. Today, we're going to be taking a look at CS2 Back's godfather, the pork loin leader, Reggie Wright Jr. Not only is Reggie one of the most narcissistic and egotistical men we know.
Once you start with me, it ain't gonna be no letting up until you bow down. You will bow down and kiss the ring with Reggie Wright.
If you did, leave Reggie Wright alone. You shouldn't make jokes about Reggie Wright. Why do most other niggas don't make jokes and fuck with Reggie Wright? They hear this stuff. They hear Reggie talking. Reggie been talking for 3 or 4 years. Everything I do get views. Not crazy views, but views. So niggas hear about the things that Reggie's saying. But you the only nigga want to clown Reggie. But okay. Keep it up, Keith. Davis.
But just tell that nigga to go suck on his mama's dick. His mama's dick. If that ain't fighting enough words for you, then I don't know what we. Nigga, go fuck your mama. You punk ass nigga. If that don't make you supposed to be such a gangster, then come out and play, nigga. Your mama is a fucking dyke ass she-male, nigga. Yeah, if you don't like that, if you so tough, nigga, I'm talking about your mama, the bitch that birthed you, nigga. Now let's see if you come out and play with that, you bitch ass nigga. Just like I'm talking shit on the internet, anybody can do that bitch ass shit. So, nigga, I go with things that make a nigga want to come and play, nigga. Suck your mama's dick, nigga. I know you hear it. Now that's how you come and play, nigga. You let a nigga talk about a nigga mama. Your mama is a fucking dyke, bitch ass, dick sucking male. So you so bad, nigga. Let's play.
Who else famous go-to is, you know what? Fuck your mama. Who else got that famous go-to?
Hey, Lamonte, I don't need you. Hey, what I don't need you to do. Hey, check this out, blood.
It's in a connection.
On Payroll. On Payroll. Hey, get it right, Diamond. It's Payroll. Because I'm willing to pay for anything fake.
Let's get back into the content. We got 25 minutes.
I like to play. So that's all I got to say. But nigga, talk about my mama like that, nigga. I'll come and play with your bitch ass then, nigga. That's what I just did.
Fuck your mama,
nigga.
Let's
Fuck
play.
your mama and her bitch ass. Nigga, that don't get you off the play, nothing will.
Keep telling y'all, I fucks with everybody. Police, politicians, music executives, and gang members.
Due to this fact, Reggie feels like he is untouchable. Reggie knows that most gang members won't go to the police and tell on him because if they did, they'll be labeled as a rat. At the same time, Reggie is well aware that those same gang members that won't tell on him also won't shoot at him because he's the police. So we're sitting in a situation where a police officer and federal informant has been allowed to gun down young black men, some of the most intelligent and influential black men at that, and place those murders on some other innocent black men. Reggie can't be retaliated against because, again, he's a cop that's being protected. And you can't tell, because then you'd be a rat. So we're trapped in a lose-lose situation where we're forced to hear these informants run around calling people rats and snitches. Reggie is a race traitor who sold his people out years ago, and everybody that comes riding in with him are all working against the better good of our people. Reggie was given his first shot into the music industry by former Death Row Records CEO, Marion Knight. Shug was instructed by Jimmy Iovine to get security for his death row office and artists. But Jimmy insisted that he hire real police officers.
A very funny story is that I insisted that they get real security. Real cops. Okay.
Not
I
the
said,
hood cops.
I said, no, this is what happened. I insisted they get real police because I didn't want to, I said, I just can't do this anymore. You know, it's just crazy. I come to the studio and there's all these guys and it doesn't feel like, you know, so next time I go, there's real police, right? Way after it ends, I found out they were Rampart guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had no idea. How am I supposed to know? I had no idea. How am I supposed to know?
Hold up. So one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful person in the hip hop industry and music business, Jimmy Iovine, Interscope Records, right? Who also was a 51% shareholder of BMG, which was the distribution. This when CDs and tapes and shit was selling. That's why all of the Interscope artists were able to go gold and platinum their first week in sales. Sting, U2, Bono, Will Smith when he was big doing music, Death Row artist Tupac, right? Gwen Stefani. He insisted that Suge hire real police around. Why would you want not just an armed bodyguard, but actual police? Why would you insist on that? What was your agenda? Cold game. And then he connects it to the Rampart scandal. He admitted that this was connected. The security guards on Right Way were connected to the Rampart scandal. Shit deep, man. Let's get back into the content.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm innocent or guilty. I'm just saying that it happened.
At the exact same time that Jimmy was instructing Marion to get real police officers, a real police officer contacted Marion. This police officer's name was Reggie Wright Sr.
And Suge is now heavily involved in it.
No, piece of shit.
Now, you met up with Suge at one point and said that some Mob Piru guys were going to like kidnap him or rob him or something?
Well, I had gotten some information, that some of the mob guys that he was, trying to hire or work with him in Death Row were going to eventually kidnap him and rob him. So I had gotten that information. And by, knowing the guy, knowing he wasn't no hard guy, I wanted him to be aware so he can watch his back. And I did meet up with him to more or less say, you need to watch who your guys are around you, because, if they don't feel as though they gonna get enough money out of you, so they're gonna rob you. That's what the word is. And that's when we met and we discussed that. And he took heed to it.
Okay.
He took heed because he offered me to be a security. And that's when I told him, half the guys that you run around with, I'm working cases on them.
Okay.
That's how that went.
And is that when your son, Reggie Wright Jr., kind of stepped in and filled that role?
Eventually, he got with Suge because, he grew up with Suge and stuff. And Reggie had started his business, security business, because he had retired from the police department because of an injury. And he was setting up his security business. And then he and Suge finally talked. And then Suge hired him, as a security. And it went from there.
Marion would later find out that hiring his childhood friend Reggie was the worst decision that he's made since he created Death Row Records. Before we get started, I want you guys to listen to what Reggie's protege CS2 back had to say yesterday.
He was going to the police academy. You don't think that's
nothing wrong with the police academy, bro? What's wrong with the police?
He's supposed to be a rolling 60, and he going to the police academy?
I got homies that Paul Rules at the police, bro.
But he a part of the exposers.
Okay, well, what's wrong with going to the police academy?
Damn.
I got homies. You know that clip they got? You know that clip they got? That clip they got
ain't
of
nothing
me
wrong.
talking to the sheriff in the hallway when Blueface being turned in? That's my homeboy.
Is he a part of the exposers?
That room over there called if it wasn't for him, the Beehive wouldn't exist. He was the homie.
First of all, we gonna correct it. Nigga, the Beehive been existed in South Central LA. Nigga, stop swagger jacking. Nigga, the Brim started that. Nigga, 62nd in Vermont. One of the most infamous blood clubs in the history of this gangbang shit. Rest in peace to the big homie Ken Dog. Shout out Beverly. You know what I'm saying? These niggas rewrite history. Your homie and the police started the Beehive. Nigga, suck a dick. That's why your bitch ass, you ain't no representative of our community. This nigga's a clown, bro. Let's go. Hold on, wrong one. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
That was pumping all the blood to 826 Supermax and Wayside, right? He was the one. He from the set, right? So, that's my homeboy. I got like 3 homies that's sheriffs and shit that work in the correctional facility. My nigga, like, y'all stay. What's crazy is y'all watch all these gangster movies and then y'all cut out the shit that y'all act like can't happen. The Mexicans been doing it. They got a whole motherfucking gang, nigga. Them Southsiders, nigga, they bump us up, take our guns, don't take us to jail. And where you think they drop them off? Take them over there to the barrio.
One of the worst things you can be is a crooked cop. Cause that nigga gonna turn on you as soon as he get a chance. You the only nigga gonna go down for it.
Hey brother, let me explain something to you. These dudes we've been knowing 4, 5 years old. We grew up together, bro. We all know each other families, all that shit. Guess what? When I used to do these clubs and parties out here, you know what niggas say? Why your shit don't get shut down? Because when the police pull up, they're met by off-duty police. They going, how y'all doing?
Are you guys noticing this guy always taking up for Rat, 6ix9ine, Big Snow, and law enforcement? Brought law enforcement. His relationship is cemented with Reggie Wright Jr. When I exposed the CS2 back paperwork, he brought 2 police officers on Clubhouse. What street nigga or gangster y'all know got that kind of relationship with the police? They on speed dial, right? He's talking about a sheriff in the LA County jail is from his hood. We grow up with him, justifying this rat shit consistently. Because Suge gave Reggie Wright the job. We just learned how Suge picked Reggie Wright. Yo, daddy was the main one after Jimmy Iovine said it, saying to give you a job, you started your company. Make it make sense. And you is CS2 Back's big homie. Remember, Wack was mad at Suge for not putting him on, right? Reggie Wright put him on death row. This piece of shit. You're a spine of a pig. Spine of a federal informant. We'll get to CS2 Back later. Back to the motherfucking sermon. Sundays.
Plastic badge. Y'all working? Yeah, we all do everything cool around here. All them niggas is gang members. And if they wasn't there, I'd have my homies in front. So when the police pulled up, they would have started scattering. There'd been a run and then the shit shut down and they go to jail. So I don't know how you plan it, but I'm going to play it how I play it.
Yo, we been through that shit here in Baltimore. I know you seen it all over the TV. We had a gun task force that we grew up with, niggas that we knew.
I don't know nothing about that. I know I got
that's why I'm telling you. As soon as shit popped off,
my nephews,
they threw all the niggas under the bus and the cops was good.
To go to the police academy and the military.
But be a straight cop. Yeah, as long as you're a straight cop. But don't be a crooked cop and think you get respect from the streets.
I don't know what you mean by crooked. Only thing I know is
Reggie Wright crooked.
This nigga got license. Reggie Wright was never crooked. Why you call him crooked? Reggie Wright was never a crooked cop.
Did that nigga go to jail?
Yeah, but he got not been a cop for 15 years. He had, Reggie Wright
was a dirty cop the whole time. That's all that show.
The nigga retired in what, 94?
He was under investigation when he was a cop.
Bro, Reggie retired in 94.
Right, he retired.
Reggie did not retire in 1994. He retired in 1996. So yes, Reggie was an active police officer and an FBI informant while working for Death Row Records. But I want you to keep listening to CS2 Back, because he condones everything that you're about to see. Listen to the way he makes excuses for informants.
Because they was about to indict his ass.
He retired because he went to fucking death row. Nigga, they would have indicted him. Just because you retired don't stop you from getting indicted. He went to death row 4 times. He retired.
You know how I work with the police, though. They let it go as long as you retire.
No, I'm just correcting you, bro, because you said he was a crooked cop. He retired in 94. Suge paid the nigga 3 times his salary. A bunch of niggas would have retired, right? Paid him 3 times his salary. Retired in 94. He went to the feds and he caught a case in 16, 17? He what, bro? That's how many years is that, bro? 20-something years of not being a cop? What you mean? A crooked cop is a nigga that's a cop and he doing some crooked shit.
He was doing crooked shit.
Nigga been retired 20-something years. They say, oh, you's a crooked cop. The nigga ain't a cop. Ain't been a cop.
Yo, I seen a documentary on this nigga. He was under investigation.
Brother Diamond, You wanted to say something, Brother Diamond?
I want everybody to pay attention. This is one of the most important parts. Pay attention how this nigga tries to justify every single move that this nigga Reggie makes. Why? Because Reggie, that filthy, dirty motherfucker, is the motherfucker who tries to create all the smoke and mirrors to make money off of this hip-hop culture through this punk bitch, CS2 Back. He's nothing more than a puppet. Reggie Wright Jr. and Reggie Wright Sr., they're the puppet masters. Pay attention.
They are joined at the hip, bro, like Siamese twins. He has to defend his actions because this is who he has come substantiate that he's not a rat. The police.
Exactly.
We'll get back into the content. The killer cops.
Before he retired.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Brother. The documentary, was it the DA's office or was it just a nigga talking?
Was it the what? Say it again.
Was it the district attorney's office or was it just a nigga talking? The documentary you say.
It was cops talking. Some of it was cops. Some of it was street niggas. They was telling their story.
Hold on. What cops was talking, bro?
I don't know every individual cop, but for example, it was an FBI. Just recently, that he was on the phone with an FBI agent, and he was saying how Reggie was an informant for him.
Well, I'm gonna be real. Like Reggie could be an informant, nigga. Like fucking next.
Hold on, yo. You just told me. Wait. It was 20 years before he was charged, and that's supposed to mean
but
something.
You said he was
now you saying it's okay for him to be.
Wait, what?
First, he started off saying that arguing that Reggie ain't a dirty cop. Then, when they got to talking about he got to snitching on his co-defendants and snitching on this and snitching on that, he said, well, Reggie can snitch. He's supposed to be able to snitch. So you are joined to the hip and believe psychologically that this is cool. You good with all that. Wait, hey, CS2 Back.
What up?
Hey, bro, what's up with you always trying to justify and push this narrative that the streets is a myth and that working for the police and dirty police snitching on niggas and lying on niggas and putting murders on real niggas was cool?
Lamonte, what you gotta understand is this. I'm the epitome of what you want to be. In your heart, you want to be me. I don't understand you, nigga.
I don't want to work with the police. I don't want to tell on nobody.
Well, you always mentioning my name, CS2 Back. You always look. Hey, you in these confessionals, homie. Hey, look, homie, you in the confessionals, y'all saying some shit, and I'm gonna make sure your YouTube go down. Just like I did with the documentary. Nigga, you think you're blick, nigga. You ain't blick, nigga. On payroll, I'm getting your shit took down, nigga.
Hey, look, CS2 Back. I do not want to be like you. I do not burn. I do not support.
Oh, nah, blood. You from Bird, nigga. You and Diamond. You niggas think y'all got them tomahawk steaks? I got something else for you on payroll.
Let's get back into the content. We got about 13 more minutes.
Informant.
Bro, you just said crooked cop. We addressed that. He hadn't been a cop 20-some years when he caught a weed.
And I told you he was on the investigation before he retired.
Now you're saying informant, right? Now I don't.
Bro, when a nigga get caught, don't mean that's when his criminal career began. Nigga get away with 100 things and get caught one time. He was a fucking cop. A lot of people wouldn't even suspect it.
Know the fuck Reggie did informed on. I've never heard anybody say Reggie's right on my paperwork.
You know, I lost everything that I owned, my home, all of my personal belongings are gone. I'm destitute. I have nothing. No home, nothing. No car. I have nothing. And when people have the capacity and the ability to reach out and take you from your family and strip you from your dignity and take everything from you but your God, these are very powerful people. These are very powerful people. These are very powerful people. And I'm afraid of them. I don't fear them, but I'm afraid of what they'll do if I talk too much.
How did that prison, stay? How did it affect you physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, as being a man of your stature, coming from where you came from, knowing what you know? How did it affect you in those areas?
Well, I lost everything. Lost my house, lost my cars, lost my jobs, and I've never regained those things. But if you ask me, do I feel good about the decision I made? I do. Because let me tell y'all something. Ain't nothing worse than a dirty cop.
No
doubt. And he's you think a snitch is low. You got a cat parading around in your neighborhood. He in a car you paying for, burning up gas your mom and daddy buying, rolling around, throwing you up against the hood. But guess what? When he get done, he going to cop or he going to blow. Feel me? He in the same game you in. Right. You go to the pen, he get a medal. But he getting paid. Right. And everybody know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to say no names. Right. They finally busted the people that I was talking about.
Retired LA County Sheriff's Lieutenant and his son, a one-time cop with the Compton Police Department, have been indicted on federal drug trafficking and money laundering charges. Prosecutors say Reggie Wright Sr. and his son, Reggie Wright Jr., are both members of the Grape Street Crips gang.
I love how you niggas will think I'm just a big old fat nigga walking around wearing a G-string or some shit. I really do need. I didn't need to protect from niggas. I was institutionalized a motherfucker. If I felt threatened by anybody, if you want to know the real, nigga would have went to jail for a long time fucking with me. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that. Never.
You need to listen to when this FBI
No.
agent
Show me the work.
Reggie shut up himself. The niggas like, you better leave this alone, Reggie.
Bro,
you better leave this. And Reggie
show
like, all
me,
right,
bro.
okay,
Listen. Show me the work. Reggie loud as a motherfucker, bro. Somebody had work with Reggie's name on it as the one informed on him, right? It was 8 niggas on his case. He went to the feds on.
Reggie said himself he gonna go to jail on that nigga. What's his name? The nigga they think killed Pop. Reggie said he gonna go tell on him.
22.
Tell
he said, here, go to court.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Bro,
So
do you think
there was 8 people on the case with him? No, it was 22. 22.
Right. He don't even know the facts of the case, and he the lawyer over here for his handler, right?
Exactly.
He lawyering it up for his handler, and he don't even know how many people was on the indictment. Don't know the facts. And the crazy part, these dick pulling ass niggas is gonna believe them without even checking the facts. But that's why we here with the Sunday confession.
Reggie's a gangster, bro.
Is he an informant?
Reggie's not a gangster, bro.
I wanted you guys to hear that, because CS2 Back is now giving the green light for everyone out there to go be an informant.
William O'Neill.
As long as you're not saying you're a gangster. So if you let Porky tell it, the 2 informants that you see on the screen did nothing wrong, since they didn't claim to be gangsters. This is what these guys are promoting, directly in our faces.
Where have you ever seen Reggie say he was a gangster? He's a retired Compton PD that was a death row exec. He's not a gangster, bro. He's not a Crip, a Blood.
I let you guys hear that because I wanted you guys to see and hear Porky defend Reggie for working with the FBI to lock up the mayor. Porky defends his founder in this way because he is an informant too. But this is about his boss, though. So let's start by looking at some of the underhanded shit that Reggie does. So a few weeks ago, Reggie went on the Bloody Bunch clubhouse room and admitted that he was the one uploading pictures on Marion Knight's Twitter account.
They made that. Reggie, you have information that only you. Reggie, do you run that Twitter though? Do you run that Suge Knight Twitter? Not currently, but he had it. I had authority to do it. Oh, so you did run it? Yeah. But he had a lot of content. Hold on, let's get back to the first question Garden Kings asked you about why Wack and Suge went at it. Wack has content all over the internet going crazy on Wack about something on Twitter when you was in control of it. But I'm going back on you. Yeah. But that ain't what started the beef. They were already going at it. So you agreeing that you did post that to turn it up? No. Not to turn it up. Only thing was put on there for content. Yeah. Hold on. Only thing was put up there. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Only thing that was put up there about Wack was him acting like he was cleaning the table at in Adam 22. That was the only thing that was ever put on that Twitter wax.
I'm one of the pictures he posted. Had Marion Knight, Tupac, and Trey Lane from Mob Piru. In the caption, Reggie writes that this little guy is responsible for Tupac's demise. Now Reggie posted this to poke at Trey, and to make people think that Suge was blaming Trey for Pac's death. Reggie was trying to show Trey that he could make people begin to blame him for the murder. Listen to what Reggie says to Trey right here.
And there's a person out there lately. And I'm going to tap at him because I got to remind motherfuckers. Everybody think just because I was a cop, I didn't grow up in the Imperial Courts housing projects. I didn't walk the same payments as their relatives did.
But you walked
and then they did later on in their adult life. I walked the same pavements that all those niggas from Looters Park, East Side, Mob Piru, and played baseball over there in Kelly Park and Ed Hood and all of those neighborhoods. I even went on the Wilson Park side, the west side, and played at Gonzalez Park. But it's a nigga that want to play with me. And I'm going to send him a little warning. Matter of fact, I'm going to show the picture. Y'all remember I told y'all that all of this Death Row, Southside, Mob Piru bullshit, a lot of people lost their lives. I'm not going to say Tupac. I'm not like Suge, what's been putting up on his Twitter. I'm not like Suge, what's been putting up on his Twitter. I'm not like Suge, what's been putting up on his Twitter.
Do you guys see what he's doing? He's the one responsible for posting the picture on Suge's Twitter. Then he gets on his show and says he's not like Suge, to blame Trey for Tupac's murder and post it on Twitter. I hope you guys can see what this informant just did.
I'm not going to say that because it make it seem like he was involved with the murder. He wasn't involved with the murder.
So Reggie just let you know that he knew exactly what he was doing when he made that post. He said it makes it look like he was involved with the murder. Then he's...
Real quick, at the beginning, my boy Scandalous Los Angeles wanted to talk about how narcissistic this motherfucker is. He told y'all how narcissistic he is. This pig did some, what you say, girly scout shit and made a Twitter account with Suge Knight name. He just gonna hold Suge dick till he croak, right? He almost there. I can't wait. I'm going to piss on your grave, fat piece of shit, you and your mamas, right? The nigga creates a situation on Suge's page implicating Baby Lane in the blame for Tupac's murder, right? So that it's called disinformation. This is one tactic that the FBI used through the counterintelligence program. Don't sleep on that. So people don't know, fuck up relationships and make people and troops lose faith in the leadership that they follow behind. Lies. So now he creates this situation and comes out taking a moral high road and playing the hero. How narcissistic can you get? Do you believe that a narcissist like this will bow down to a pussy ass crater face nigga like CS2 Back? CS2 Back is the bottom in that relationship. Mark my motherfucking words. He let him pop off and all of that type of shit because just temporarily. Mark my word.
He said nah, he wasn't involved with the murder. So he tapped at Trey with the post. Then he comes on his show to act like he's clearing him of Suge's accusations. This is a cold bastard right here, and all of us are just sitting back watching him do it. But I want you guys to listen to what Reggie says to Trey, because this is going to show you just how narcissistic Reggie is, and how untouchable he feels that he is.
He just did some scary ass shit to make niggas have to respond at a location where they didn't need to be responding at. Stories gonna start being told. You keep texting my co-workers with your bullshit when you drunk, high off of ecstasies or something, and then want to wake up in the morning, oh, your little homie just tripping. He just, no, nigga. Don't tap at me and then try to backtrack it with the ha ha ha. Nigga, fuck you. I don't play those games, nigga. You know that. Nigga. Just because you over there now thinking you got niggas from the hood, those little youngsters don't know the pedigree. They don't know where you really from. Long Beach Crip. They don't know all of that. They don't know how you been saved, nigga. How niggas saved you in county jail and shit. Stories going to be told. Stop playing with Reggie motherfucking Wright, nigga. It's going to be some stories. I'm going to get y'all that interview y'all been wanting. Because trust me, he going to be calling Vlad or John or somebody offering to do the interview for free. Nigga, say one more word. Mention my name one more time to people that I work with. Meaning John. Fuck it, I ain't going to sugarcoat it. Stop texting John with your bullshit, nigga. You got my number. You know how to get my number. You know how to get a hold of me. Please, stop playing with me. I know too much about you guys that walk around now with your chest all poked out, running to Cleveland, Ohio and stuff, thinking you the man, and you this and you that. Nigga, I'll tell stories. I have niggas come on when they just said, who's in St. Louis? Who got what? Where that nigga at? Tell him come here. I'm gonna take that. Man, so why do you niggas be playing with Reggie at this day? Y'all know. I can see whole ass niggas in the comment sections on YouTube, but niggas that know. Oh man. Don't make me have to play with you. That's just the tap that the principal used to give you with the ruler. I'm gonna spank your ass. You don't say another word. I promise you. I want you to. Let's play. Let's have fun. Let's have a 2024 great year, Negro. Because I play both sides. Both sides. You know that. We can play it on social media, or we can. I know you play both sides. Okay. Either way. Because you ain't gonna be able to say, oh, it jammed. It jammed when I was getting out of the trash can. I was in the trash can and it. You ain't gonna be able to say that with me, nigga. They're gonna be saying, oh. R.I.P. 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 That's what they're gonna be saying. You come fucking with Reggie, R.I.P. Fucking with Reggie, R.I.P. Fucking with Reggie, R.I.P.
What you say, Diamond?
Yeah. R.I.P. Yo mama. You motherfucking piece of shit. You done woke up the real gangsters, Reggie. And you decrepit right now. Invalid.
A lion with no
Your hands don't even work, you bitch. And you want to sit up and play with some real motherfucking gangsters?
Let's play.
Keep on talking your shit. Keep on playing your games. You call yourself lining certain niggas up because you scared that their hand might get a little more powerful than yours? That their hand is reaching a little further than you can see? Bitch, you ain't never gonna be able to stop motion. Never. You better go find a convalescent home to lay down in, bitch. Fuck your mama.
Welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversations. Yeah, I want you to build a little on this because we only got like 3 minutes left. And then we gonna get it. I'm gonna be turning it over to the host so we can get into this paperwork and what everything else he gotta say. And then we gonna connect the dots about the dude he's been attached to the hip with.
Man, just sitting here being a student and listening to everything that's coming out now, that and hearing another side of the spectrum on the story dealing with Diamond, you see that this man has insight. The Reggie Wright, you feel me? He got some insight, but it's not 1,000. It ain't 100% accurate. He's leaving out missing puzzle pieces and components to the whole story and the directory of it. And Diamond's coming in and expounding and giving his disposition on it. And like I said, I'm a student learning a lot of new information to this, man. And these cowards like CS2 Back, Reggie Wright, and this whole team of Rico Rainbow Pack, you feel me? They just, the way they working, man, is strategic. Just like COINTELPRO, they calculate lies, make up stuff, add to the story, to get people to believe it because of their position. And man, it's real sad, man, that our community has took a downfall with individuals like this being in the front of it and leading it, and trying to be spokesman of it. So I'll land on that and listen to the rest of this video. But yeah, just being a student of all this and learning this new information is very interesting, man.
Hey, CS2, did you get that "fuck your mama" from your handler?
No, I got that, but guess what I got also?
What you
I got bamboozled. You niggas got me. Loose Coochie already said it. Y'all got me. But you won't get me again on Payru. I got you niggas.
Well, they say you like to pay easy, Cash App Jones. So I'm just saying, my nigga, I'm definitely gonna see if that motherfucker open back up like a hood rat leg. Spread that motherfucking account. Spread the love. Let's finish these last 3.
No threats, promises, bro. No threats. I'm tired of playing with you. I've been playing with you, reading your texts last 2 or 3 days when you get drunk, going in and out. Got your sister calling my wife. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Talking about brother-in-law. Calling, man, nigga, stop playing with me. Stop it, little boy. Sorry, John. Hate to use this to tap at one person on our platform, but tired of bitch ass niggas, man. And he in the picture, somebody I actually liked. Asked him several times. Asked him. Respond back with text is like, all right, man, all right. It's all good. I was punking out. What? Did he get drunk? Start rambling again. Stop doing that, dog. Don't know what you own. Ain't never known you to be on shit like that. Stop doing that. Don't let your little status over there today clog your memory. Niggas' hands fucked up. Never use my hands. Never use my hands. I'm an architect. Never mind. I'm an architect. Never mind.
Did y'all catch that?
I'm an architect. Never mind. All right, man.
Yael, you heard what he said?
I thought he said I'm a worker.
No, he said I'm an orchestrate. He said, I never use my hand.
I'm an orchestrate. I'm an orca.
So he's these is the plots and schemes he do, lying on people, disinformation, building distrust and divide between people, friends, and foes. Y'all know anybody else who that's their MO? To try to divide friendships. You know what I'm saying? Business relationships.
That nigga CS2 back, the 137 confidential source.
Same type of nigga. Ain't this the same nigga CS2 back that said it was paperwork on Do Sims? Why?
Do Sims made fake paperwork from Britain on Jim Jones. Just this nigga, this nigga, bro, ain't never dropped no paperwork on Big U. Still waiting 3 years later. Man, these niggas is crazy, bro.
Hey, that's a real good point. We almost finished with Reggie the rap. Right. Let's get this nigga out of here because we finna get into the paperwork.
So Reggie just said his hands were messed up, but it didn't matter because he never used his hands. Then he went on to say he was a orca, but he stopped himself before finishing the word. What do you guys think he was gonna say? He was an orca, what? Somebody asked Reggie what word was he gonna say, and why did he cut it short? These guys are killer rats. Stay tuned for part 2. We're really gonna tear his ass off the bone then.
Shout out my boy Scandalous Los Angeles TV for the dope content. Part 2 will be coming, so y'all be looking for that. Well, Diamond, brother Diamond.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hey, man,
as you see,
I appreciate the sermon right now. You know what I'm saying? If we can get that, if the Lord can get us that from Brother Diamond today.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So as we see, his whole thing all the way along the way, this motherfucker plays every motherfucking side that's possible to be played. 1 minute he's a blood. 1 minute he's a Crip. We ain't got into it where he's supposed to be from Grape Street, Watts.
I think that's through his dad. They kind of like pity pat. One playing the Crips, the other playing the Power Rules and Bloods, the other one playing the Crips, the other one like they a tag team.
Then one side he's supposed to be security, the other side he's supposed to be the police. He's like a chameleon. He just get in where he fit in, and if he don't fit in, he stand out like a sore thumb, and he's bound to be noticed.
Do you think that he intends to get, like with the bullshit that he do from the beginning, that he intends to get other people in compromising positions so that they could turn out more informants?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, classic example. Let's take Rod Gay.
Right.
Not Rod, Rod Gay.
Right.
Now let's understand. This is a dude who killed his own godchild that was named
Dominique. Yeah, little Dominique.
Named after him. He killed that man over some homosexual allegations.
Fact.
They were fighting, and anybody within the 60s know this. They were fighting over homosexual allegations in a DP. Those homosexual allegations in DP, the young dude, Dominique, was handling it. He couldn't take it. So what'd he do? Whip out the bug knife and killed that dude. Over some dick and booty shit. You faggot motherfucker.
Damn.
Fact.
You took your own people's life over some fag shit. I call myself being nice to you and not even giving you time of day. And I just sit back and watch you. I observe. And what's the first thing you bring up? They could go back and look at your your lives, you bring up peanuts. Now, for all of those that are not from California that have no idea what peanuts was when he said peanuts, that's a gay club, a homosexual club.
Oh, no.
I have nothing against the homosexual community. If that's what you choose to be, that's what you choose to be. But it's mighty funny that as soon as all this comes up on him, what's the first thing he do? He bring up peanuts. You killed your own people behind some homosexual shit.
Dick in the booty.
And CS2 back, sit up and threw you the little 30 racks to get you right. Because he said, oh man, I know Razé, he had a little name in the hood. It's the kind of dude that I need to battle draws. No. He was already exiled.
Real quick, you an OG, right? So when you was growing up, did your G homies and the players that raised you tell you and warn you about getting in dick and pussy shit?
Hey man, one thing that they always said, tend to your own and you live long.
So
when it comes to dick and pussy,
yeah,
leave that shit alone. Because
I'm quite sure if they warn it and lace you against
let's
dick
understand
and pussy,
this. Let's understand this. There's a difference between dick and pussy and a homosexual dick and booty.
Fact.
Okay.
Oh, that shit sounds disgusting.
Not only is a motherfucker dealing with the emotional ties to this gay style of living, they're also dealing with the fact that they don't want everybody to know who and what they are.
Right. But everything that goes in the dark comes to the light.
And you see, he's constantly in the darkness, but now we bringing it to the light. Razé, if I'm wrong, if you didn't kill your godson over some homosexual activity, come on the platform, man. Come in and address this. Come talk to me. Come let me know what it really was. Because I have real close ties to all those involved. And I know it was over some homosexuality that you killed that man. So, it was a manslaughter. It was a manslaughter. According to law, it was a manslaughter. I give you that. But it was over homosexuality.
So I got a question, Brother Diamond.
Talk to me.
The dude that he killed, right, was his godson, right? So what, his godson wasn't a homosexual and he was politicking on homosexuals, or what was the gist of that?
Yeah, it was a politicking over a DP, over an individual doing some homosexual shit in jail. And Razé came to the homosexual rescue.
Oh, so he was trying to save some booty. He was over there.
Now, what do we feel about that in the church, brother?
I'm going to tell you something, brothers. The Creator loves all.
Wait, before you go. Hey, I called it, he was protecting the penile.
Right. I'm looking for it. Hey, real quick, is that indictment on Reddit?
The indictment would be the 22 member, let me see. No, it's on justice.gov.
Oh, yeah, the link you sent me is saying page not found.
Okay, let me send it to you again.
We finna get into the indictment. See, we putting this work in. The least y'all can do is stop fake bigging it, hit that like button, share it to a friend, and let them know that we got the content.
Hey, Do Sims, you ain't fake bigging it, and we ain't fake kicking it. And over here on Confessional Sundays, it ain't no selective politicking. So let me expound for a quick intermission. The Lord loves who he loves. But the stench, let me tell you, the foul stench of the act of homosexuality is a foul stench in the nostrils of the Creator. And he does not waver in that stench.
Damn.
And the fact that Rosé went up for man butt, he should be demoted to the lowest form. The creation of vagina and penis is the lock and key for love and life. And you went up and defended the man buttocks, the finkster, the stinker, because that's what you indulge in. You foul individual.
Rod Gay. What the indictment link he sent it ain't taking me to the paperwork. So what we gonna do is we gonna go into some other shit. Hey, Yael. Well, fuck Yael. Hey, shout out to my relative Santo Traficante. Whoa, I see you down there. Thanks for the support, relative.
What happened to Diamond, bro?
Diamond, hey, listen, you get to talking about the Reggie the Rat Wright, all kind of strange shit happens, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nigga better expect it. I don't give a fuck though. Fuck that fat piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck his dead mama, nigga. And his piece of shit daddy. Them motherfuckers that leashed off and did in our community too motherfucking long.
Deuce, what you was gonna ask Yael to be said before you said fuck Yael, bro? What did Yael do?
Hold on, we finna go into this content, man. We ain't gonna do all that. Let me see. We got the Rainbow Rats. What we got? That's Rico Rosé.
Hey, the coolest dude, I got to bring the truth out, brother. The abominations of your actions.
Okay, I think Diamond is back in the church. Diamond.
Salute.
Did you get it now?
Bishop Diamond.
Yeah, it's still not sending me.
No. The last one I sent you should have pulled up.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I got to work. I got to work. I got to work. Let's go into this motherfucking paperwork. Shit getting tricky over here, man. Let's support the room. It's free. Hit that like button, share, tell a friend. And we finna get into this motherfucking work. They said get into the they want us in the chat. Deuce and Yael chat, stay solid and lifted. Today's my daughter's B-Day. Stay real. Thank you, Monique Hill. You gonna miss this, but I'm quite sure you gonna catch up to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go ahead and change this to present. Share screen. Boom. Western District of Tennessee. 22 member and associates of California's Grape Street Crips and Memphis Peter Roll Mafia and individuals with ties to the Mexican cartel were indicted on federal drug trafficking charges. I thought CS2 back said that it was 5 people on the indictment. See,
no, he said 8.
Oh, he said 8. Well, still, we know for a fact that he don't know how to read paperwork. We exposed that when we got him up out of them little increments. You know what I'm saying? When we got him up out them little increments. Hey, real quick, Yael, you see that? I see that. What's going on?
Man, we got a super chat from my brother Incline. Salute with the $9.99 super chat. Love it. Hey, hey man, we appreciate you, Incline, and everything that you donate. All supporters, whether it be $1.99, $99, to the highest, to the lowest. We appreciate everything you guys do, Incline. We appreciate you. Bless you and your family and your stance on business. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Damu Kiwe Conversations.
All right, I'm gonna get happy B-Day to Monique Hill. Happy B-Day to your daughter. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the time you spent.
Yes.
Let's get into this. Yeah.
Happy birthday to Monique. Hey, she's a valid supporter. We appreciate you, sis. Thank you and salute. And a special shout out to Butter Brown. We like him round.
Okay, so check this out, Yael. Memphis, Tennessee. 22 members and associates of the Grave Street Crips / the Peter Roll Mafia were charged by a federal grand jury with multiple drug and money laundering offenses. Grand jury, Reggie Wright. These things seem to go hand in hand.
Oh, shit.
Lawrence J. Lorenzi, acting U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, announced the unsealing of 2 federal indictments today. Let me stop right there and speed talk so y'all can catch up with this. Do you notice that when the indictment comes, the judge has to unseal the indictment? Before that, it's a grand jury. So how was Reggie Wright able to predict that Keefe D was going to be indicted before it was unsealed by the judge? Because he testified at the grand jury. I heard a couple other dudes talking about a RICO in the 6-0s and 50 or 60 niggas being picked up, and ain't no grand jury being unsealed no indictment. So how you think loose coochie cannon, loose bowels cannon, loose lips cannon ever came up with there's an indictment and it's not unsealed? He's been talking to the police. He admits he got picked up. Rod J or Rod Gay. He says that Big U's under indictment, but Big U hasn't been picked up. So is you over there Alfred Hitchcock murder scenes implicating Big U at the grand jury? What about the Crip cop? See, CS2 back. You got up under Big U for a minute. I know you mad you didn't get no evidence on that nigga. I know you mad as a motherfucker because you want that man in jail. You're employing people to target him and try to make him lose his funding and to put him in jail, talking about an indictment that has yet to be announced or the unsealing of that federal indictment.
Hey, and let's understand this. At the same time, I want all the people that's listening, just look at all the facts. What it really amounts to is this little short piece of shit, CS2 back, is scared. Just like Reggie Wright, they scared that Big U is going to be the new and improved Suge Knight. But instead of being Suge Knight, he just being him, just being draws. But they scared of another powerhouse coming in this motherfucker. That's what it all amounts to. And this shows you how they line niggas up.
Let's get back into the article. The indictments allege that 17 of the defendants are members of or associated with the Memphis Peter Roll Mafia, a local street gang that distributes multiple types of illegal drugs in and around the Memphis area. Law enforcement first identified the gang operating around the Bella Vista apartment complex in Memphis. The indictment further alleges that Fred McCaster Jr., a.k.a. the original gangster, directs the activities of the Memphis gang. John Shields, O.B. Hilson, Ivory Triplet Jr., Clyde Wade III, Raheem Jones, Darren Beecham, Jeremy Davis, and Antonion Fisher are members of the Peter Roll Mafia, while Jerry McMaster, Jeremy Davis, Antonion Fisher, and Damian Cox are associated with the Peter Roll Mafia. 5 people named in the indictment reside in California and are members or associates with the Grape Street Crips, Peter Roll Mafia, a gang that engages in drug trafficking nationwide. The indictment alleges that Reginald Wright Sr., the crooked daddy cop, old Pops is a crook, another snake. Where you think Reggie learned all these deplorable ways? Reginald Wright Jr., Brandon Curcio, Donnell Toussaint, and Terrell Chance are members in California. According to court papers filed in Chicago, Eric.
Wait. Do that mean they members of the Grape Street Watch Crips?
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't CS2 back say that they put Reggie Wright Jr. on Pyru? That they put him on back in the back parking lot and all of that?
Yeah.
So goddamn, this motherfucker, he's a blood, a Crip, and a police.
And a federal informant.
God damn. He got more jobs than a Jamaican.
Hey, the rat wears a lot of hats. You hear me? Let's get back into it. So during the investigation, law enforcement, I was right here. According to court papers filed in Chicago, Eric Avendano is connected to the Mexican cartels. Brothers Eric J. Avendano and Calvin Avendano are U.S. citizens. During the investigation, law enforcement officials determined that members of the Peter Roll Mafia established a pipeline of illegal drugs throughout the Mid-South area. As members of the Grape Street Crips, they supply heroin, marijuana, methamphetamine, cocaine, and various other pharmaceutical drugs to the Peter Roll Mafia gang, who then distributed the drugs throughout the Western District of Tennessee and the Mid-South area. The two indictments are the result of an extensive investigation by federal, state, and local law enforcement officials into the Peter Roll Mafia, which began in 2013. Hey, y'all remember the Main Street case? Wasn't the federal task force, didn't they use the same tactic working with local law enforcement? During COINTELPRO in Chicago,
yes, sir.
Chicago PD worked with federal law enforcement in the assassination of while he was asleep of Fred Hampton. Peep their modus operandi and how they move. So they ain't gotta tell you that they working with the police and that is COINTELPRO. This is they get at. So Larry Lorenzi, acting U.S. attorney, said today's arrest demonstrate the commitment of law enforcement partners to remove the violent criminal element from the Western District of Tennessee. Gang activity will not be tolerated. ATF, along with its partners, that's alcohol, tobacco, and firearm. Their ATF, along with its partners, work diligently to protect the public from these senseless acts of violence. ATF will remain vigilant as we engage with the community and foster a safe environment. Support from the public is crucial as the reporting of illegal activity is encouraged through ATF's report if phone app, said Steve Garrido, special agent in charge. So he's the special agent in charge, and he's promoting the phone app that the ATF's got. How much y'all want to bet that Rat Gay, Reggie Wright Jr., CS2 back, all got that motherfucking app on their phone? The defendants are in custody, and then it lists all those dudes again. Avendano indictment. Count one charges that Calvin Avendano, Eric Avendano, Montrell Ray Bernard, Donnell Toussaint, Tyrell Chance, Fred McCaster, John Shields, O.B. Hilson, Clyde Wade III, Ivory Triplett Jr., Jeremy Davis, and Jerry Sherrod McCaster with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute 1 kilogram of heroin, right? Count two charges Calvin Avendano, Eric Avendano, Montrell, all of these names. You go through them with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute 5 kilograms of cocaine.
Hey, dudes, that's Those are the individuals from Tennessee that went to jail?
Yes, sir.
Man, I want to give a special shout out
But
to those
both
brothers
it
that probably
was
didn't
both
know.
it was California and Tennessee.
Well, I want to give a quick salute and shout out to the ones who kept it solid on that case, to those brothers in Tennessee and the ones and out here in Watts. Salute to y'all brothers. Keep y'all head up, stay strong. I hope y'all hear this live, man, and tap in. You know, we only stand for you guys, man. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
So count 3 charges everybody. Reggie Wright ain't in count 3 with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute 500 grams of methamphetamine. Count 4 charges everybody, not everybody, but certain ones with possession with intent to distribute 500 grams of methamphetamines. See, all of these are different controlled buys that they found the shit. The same thing with count 5. Count 6, the same thing. Count 7, the same is cocaine. Count 6 is 1 kilogram of heroin. Count 7 is distribution of 500 grams of cocaine. Count 8, possession with intent to distribute 100 grams of heroin. And then count 9, it has Calvin, Eric, Avendano, Fred McCaster, John Shields, Clyde Wade, Jeremy Davis, Jeremy Sherrod, McCaster, Raheem Jones, and Antonio Fisher with conspiracy to commit money laundering. So let me ask you this. Out of all of that stuff on that indictment, they have Reggie Wright Jr. and his dad name and nothing. We get to the Wright indictment, count 1, Reggie Wright Jr., Reginald Wright Sr., Montrell Ray Bernard. And it charges, a grand jury found there was evidence that a crime occurred for the conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute marijuana. Count 2 accuses Reggie Wright Sr. and Reggie Wright Jr. with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute hydrocodone. What the fuck is hydrocodone? I don't know.
I thought he said the only thing he got charged with was weed.
Oh, so he was telling on this case too. How they gonna just drop down the hydrocodone? What drug is that? Anybody know?
It's one of these. It's one of these. What they call them?
Percocet. They said it's like a prescription pill, like Percocet.
Yeah.
So he's selling perks and got indicted for that, but he's lying on social media, telling people that all he got was a year for some weed. Yeah, you got a year for the weed because weed don't hold time in the feds anyway. Year, 2, 3 years, you can have 1,000 pounds. But you ain't told us
the
that
opiate. It was an opiate.
Mafia niggas.
Yeah, it's an opiate.
Yeah, it's an opiate. Count 3 charges that Reginald Wright Jr., Reginald Wright Sr., and these others were charged with conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute oxycodone. So you got the perks, you got the oxys, you got the weed. Them niggas turned up out there. Hey, them niggas was getting to it. They was druggies, bro.
But I thought he was only charged with weed.
Hey, listen, man. They only tell you what they want you to hear and want you to know. So
not the smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. This is their MO. You been said that earlier. But you got hundreds of thousands of people following Bond first and listening and believing these lies. Count 4 charges Reginald Wright Jr. with possession to distribute marijuana. Count 5, Reginald Wright Jr. charged with possession with intent to distribute marijuana. Count 7, and these is all sales of weed that he done did. Count 9 charges Reginald Wright Jr. and Sr. and others with the conspiracy to commit money laundering. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm finna go ahead and finish this, and then we finna Google where you at on the United States sentencing guideline for the crime of money laundering? I know a guy, right? Willie Falcone. And a lot of y'all was in affairs with Willie Falcone. He you guys might know him from songs, music. A lot of Florida rappers like Rick Ross say Willie Falcone controls the Dow Jones, the Cocaine Cowboys. This was one of the biggest drug dealers in Florida and Miami history. You know what I'm saying? It's rumored that he paid each juror on his case for the murders and everything $2 million so that he would only be convicted of money laundering. They had his house, and the movie Scarface was based upon the life of Willie Falcone. He beat the murders, he beat the drug cases and everything. But you know what they found him guilty of? Money laundering. You know how long they gave him? 30 years. 30 years.
And Reggie Wright Sr. didn't do not one day.
And Reggie Wright Jr. did a year for the weed. What kind of cooperation with the government? So not only is you a dirty cop that lined up a gang of niggas, you still a dirty cop and you was still lining niggas up. What Whack 100 say? This was about 2017. What did he say? I don't know if his dates is right, because you know you can't believe nothing they say. But that ain't even 5 years ago. They still lining niggas up. They said COINTELPRO never stopped. Those tactics are still being used today.
But let's understand this. Real gangsters was tapped all the way in to everything that was happening around death row. 96, 97, all around in there. There was an ATF agent, John Ciccone, Ciccone, and an FBI agent named Dan Mullins. Dan Mullins. They operated out of the World Trade Center, downtown Los Angeles. This is who this piece of shit was reporting to.
What's
Suge had tails on this nigga. He never even knew. Suge knew that this nigga was reporting to the feds. All along.
Yeah, that's not surprising, but the fact that Suge knew about it probably saved him from being indicted or locked up on a lot of other crimes that
Bingo.
You feel me?
Bingo.
Just like I remember in the Main Street Mafia case by the same federal task force, CS2 Back calls Del Dog. And I talked to Mark Stevens, and he told me, and on the call, Del Dog, he said, hey, Back want to talk to you. Back got information, and we're going to get into that today. Back got information that the phones is compromised and Stutterbox went bad. And he didn't want to fuck with him. He didn't trust him. This is what Mark Stevens said. Because you running back to Stutterbox and coming back over here to us, so Del Dog never trust him. The exact same thing with this shit. Suge was smart enough, just like Del Dog, not to trust this snake piece of shit.
And who's the first nigga that CS2 Back say he was working for at Death Row? Reggie Wright
motherfucking Wright Jr. Make it make sense, y'all. Is that why Suge never put Cash Jones on?
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Dale Dog knew not to fuck with CS2 back. Suge knew not to put CS2 back on. He fucked with Pooh Rada. He fucked with Destructo.
But I talked to Dog.
Why wouldn't he put CS2 back on? He knew, bro. Because I don't trust this nigga. He brought you in. He put you on.
Suge knew who Reggie was and what Reggie was the whole time. But he wanted to keep him close, and he played him close.
As he should. As he should.
You motherfucking rat shit, piece of shit. Fuck your mama, Reggie. Fuck your mama. Now get mad at me. Come find me, bitch. Come find me. Real gangster waiting for you.
Reggie Wright, a.k.a. Rat in the lab.
Nah, I talked to Dog.
I talked to Dog.
Nigga ain't talked to no motherfucking body, man. That nigga.
Hey, well, I want to get into some of this paperwork. Unless you want to finish the sermon before I get into the CS2 back paperwork, Brother Diamond.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into this, and people been questioning the authenticity. Well, Greg Caden came to Clubhouse and was represented as the lead investigator, which he is not, right? In fact, he said, I didn't know what the feds had going on with the main streets and the whole box thing. At the time, I was working on the Tupac and Biggie shit, and then the feds sent the stutter box, but the investigation was already going on, right? So saying he's a confidential informant with information on Suge. So let's get into this. Dale tells Stevens that your boy Box went sour. CS2 Back wants Dale phone number. Back needs to talk to Dale. It's important. Dale talks about Box, incident, and Back wanting to talk to Dale. Mafia talk. And someone is talking too much. Box sound like Back has info on Box and talking about the phones being compromised. Box punked the game. 2 messages are left on Mark's phone. Mark is involved in gang business and operations. Duke Back is calling on another call. So that's the summary signed by JW. So if I drop this paperwork, how are you gonna bring somebody named GK, Greg Caden initials, as if he's the lead and fully understands the federal wiretap? See, the federal investigation preceded the main streets is already on wiretap by the feds when the shit happened with Stutterbox being kidnapped, allegedly pistol whipped and robbed. This is a federal wiretap. Do you believe that the feds is going to let the sheriffs, the LAPD get access to all of their files, all of their informants, all of their confidential sources? Nah. Why would they? That would compromise them from you being able to use him in the future, because now on a state case, LA County Sheriff or LAPD, they could prove that a 137 confidential source for the feds is Cash Jones. Let's get back into the actual wiretap. But that was the police initials JW that broke on the wiretap that transcribed a summary of what is on this page, a pertinent call, which we learned through Mark Stevens' interview, that this was the initial wiretap. They raided Whack 100 house. He went and made a statement with the police 2 days later. And then he's calling this dude, Mark Stevens, trying to talk to Dale Dog, and the phones is tapped. How do you know that the phones is tapped? And how do you know Stutterbox went bad? Unless he went bad on you. Unless he went bad on you. You've been talking and dealing with this nigga. This is your neighbor. This is how we met you. And now you talk about that he went bad and our phones tap. The only way you know our phones tap is if you been talking to them police. Cash Jones had already went to the 64th floor on Wilshire, where he seen the police with FBI flap jackets everywhere with his lawyer. He said that it was different times. He say different shit. But Greg Caden said they waited for him to leave because Stutterbox told him that his house was like Fort Knox. Remember, CS2 back say he supplies the Crips. I find it ironic that he had his employee and coerced his employee to go on No Jumper and say that Big U supplies the Crips. And that Big U was writing down the serial number to every motherfucking gun that he passed out. Is that what CS2 been doing the whole time? If your house is Fort Knox and you supplying all these Crips with pistols, let me say I'm supplying a whole organization with illegal guns. They'll be kicking in my motherfucking door. But here's the paperwork. Mark Stevens hit me about 3 times. He wanted me to give him your number. So I was calling to clear with you first before I give him your number. He called me and shit. Dale Dog cut him off. He didn't even get to finish the SH. That's it. I'm cool. I'm cool on that, brother. Oh, okay. You don't want, all right. You don't want to do no holler. All right. What up with you though, man? Dale Dog. Change the subject on the nigga. Mid-conversation. I cut you off. Now I change the subject to control and make sure you know what's going on, the seriousness of the thing. Well, we'll talk, man. You know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to back, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man. Well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with old boy, with dude, and you know, shame, you know what I'm saying? You right, man. No telling what lies he told that nigga over the phone. You know what I'm saying? This is the man who's being targeted as part of the investigation and the kidnapping, Stutterbox, and all of this, and him and Shaquille O'Neal. This is Shaquille O'Neal business partner. He's in the wiretap. So how would you believe that he would have access to this when he was being investigated and went to talk to him with his lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Del Dog said, yeah. And then, when you talk to dude, you make dude talk about certain things, stuff on the horn, you know? That's what they got going on. So he's not just talking about Stutterbox. He talking about Stutterbox and the person calling him, who's being referred to here as CS2 back. Right? Mark Stevens said, I mean, that's good information. See, now I know how to, like I said, I ain't helped the Whack boy in a minute. So Whack came on denying that was him on his wiretap from the get-go when we brought Greg Caden's on. They never questioned the authenticity of the paperwork. Who he represented as being the lead investigator on the case never questioned the authenticity of the work. He just was saying that it wasn't Cash Jones. Whack 100. Y'all don't believe me? Let's get into the motherfucking content. Let me get some likes and shares. Let your friends know that y'all in here with some real ones. We putting in this work for y'all today. That's why we started early. You know what I'm saying? And it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that hard. Let's go. Whack 100. Greg Cadence. It's really not that hard. All right, here it go right here. Whack 100 bring Greg Cadence onto Clubhouse to address allegations of being an informant. Let's go. Let me get y'all this real quick. Let's start it off. This shit is nasty.
I got Reggie Wright, top right.
Share the motherfucking live. Let's
Greg
go.
Cadence. Greg Cadence was investigator. I'm probably on that case to where Greg, tell him who you are.
That's funny. So yeah, I was a cop in LA. I ended up working on Tupac and Biggie's murder investigations back in the 2000s, and then I left and wrote a book about it called Murder Rap. So yeah, I had an opportunity to kind of like dive deep into all of the different theories and accusations and ideas behind what had happened with both Pac and Big, and that's it.
All right, so Greg, Reggie sent you a document, and I'm looking at that and looking at the names. MS, I'm identifying that as Mark Stevens. DD, I know it's Del Dog, and they got a name on there called BACK, BACK, and it has some shit. Let me pull this shit up so I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Like you really don't know.
Back, and it has some shit says CS2. Now, can you tell the people what my position in this case? How did Cash Jones, Whack 100, how did I get involved or implemented in this case?
And it's called implicated, you illiterate rat piece of shit. But hey, Yael, real quick. Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, look, I don't know what the fuck happened. In mid-conversation, it kicked me off Clubhouse, and it's saying that I got to turn my microphone on my phone to continue to broadcast from what you call it. I turned it on, it's not working. Can you get on Clubhouse and make sure that they able to play the audio, bro? Because I can't even come off my mic. You get to talking about Greg Cadence, the Feds, Reggie Wright Jr., CS2 back, strange things get to happening. You know what I'm saying? Strange thing. This never happened to me in 3 years on Clubhouse. We've been streaming on Clubhouse going on 2 hours.
That might be an indication we need to go ahead and just hold on for part 2, huh?
Well, let me finish this video and then we'll go out. I think this shit is like 12 minutes or something. And then we're going to shut this shit down. Let's get into it.
With the other box.
Okay. So it all started when there was an FBI agent who told us that he had an informant that could potentially give us some information about Suge Knight that may help us further our investigation into the murders of Tupac and Biggie. That's where it all started. And so we went and met with this informant, and it turned out to be Box. And we sat down, it's like on Melrose or Santa Monica, and he pulled up in his Bentley, and we sat down at a Starbucks and started chopping up, and he gave us this information that led to you. And so we didn't know what was real.
What the hell was the information that led to me?
Well, the information was that if we looked into you, we might find some things out that would help us maybe get some leverage on Suge. So it was just like that. So we're like, all right, we didn't know any better. We're like, well, the FBI says this guy, is worth listening to.
So the guy we talking about that we're listening to is Stutterbox.
Right.
So Greg, before you go any further, how long does a motherfucker gotta be like working with the FBI before they're calling a guy like you that's investigating the case as serious as you have to say he's a reliable source?
Well,
Greg, explain to him the different level of informants you have, and that answers the question better.
Wait, is that Reggie Wright with him?
Listen,
Is that Reggie Wright?
Yeah, he brought two ex-cops on the clubhouse. I had just released this paperwork with the CS2 back shit. And I'm going live 5 minutes later. He got two ex-cops on the app trying to validate to us that he's not working with these police. But obviously he was able
they revealing another confidential informant.
Right. Right, Stutterbox, right? Well, he exposed Stutterbox in his book, in his movie, right? But he said that he didn't reveal all of his informants. He just revealed Stutterbox for whatever personal reason, right? But this nigga just asked a LAPD officer the level of sources in the feds. The feds will not let a police officer like him know the identity of a 137 informant. What's the cop name that broke it down when he was talking to Reggie Wright on the phone? I think you sent me the link. We'll get into that in part 2. What was the dude name? You remember?
Shit, I can't remember. It's the FBI agent though.
Right. We gonna get on. He treated him. For your own safety, I'm going to advise you not to say nothing else. This is for your own good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So there's a CI, which is a confidential informant. There's a CRI, which is a confidential, reliable informant. There's a witness. There's different levels of informants and sources of information. And so as cops, we're just going to listen to everybody. And in time, you prove whether or not they're reliable or not. But you don't just disregard somebody because you haven't proven their reliability. So, I don't know what Box had going on, the whole Main Street thing and all his drama and background going on with that case. I became involved in it later. But at that point in time, they're just saying, hey, you should talk to this guy. He may be able to give you some information that will help with your case. That's it.
Hey, Greg, so could you tell them what level they told you that he was? Was he reliable? Was he a CI? Had he worked in the past for him? Or what if you could tell just a different level that that they represented to you that he was?
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, I don't remember exactly what the language was or what qualifications were. It was just like, hey, we have this guy says he can help you guys out. We're working with him on something else, and so give him the time to hear him out, and that's it. I don't remember if they said he's established as reliable.
You portrayed him as a reliable, meaning that he gave reliable information in the past in the movie. Just FYI.
Yeah, well, it's a movie, so people do what they're going to do to make these stories more entertaining. I'm just telling you that what actually happened.
It was your movie.
Box, hold on, Reggie. When we got with Box tells you that it's this guy that if you look into him, Mike could give you or lead you to him doing some illegal business with Suge Knight. That was his whole thing.
Yes.
And that guy was me.
You're right.
So where did it go from there?
So we said, all right, we'll give this information the benefit of the doubt. And we began to kind of look at you and figure, okay, well, the claim is that they're doing interstate transportation of narcotics. And so we do what we do in order to determine if there's any truth to that. And so we start investigating you. And as you know, it runs its course. We don't find anything incriminating or anything to validate the claims that Box had made. And then,
what steps did you take, Greg? Like the things happened to me with my home. Like y'all really fucking looked into me.
Yeah, we did. We looked into you. We wiretapped you and started to track your truck and do everything we could to verify whether or not the information that we were receiving was valid. And ultimately, it turned out not to be. We did a search warrant at your house and came up pretty much empty-handed, with the exception of some worn-out old gun that I think belonged to your wife's dad or some shit like that. And but that was it. It was ultimately a fucking waste of time.
All right, so then I then came down to, I believe that's the federal headquarters on fucking Wilshire. I think my representation at the time might have been Jeff Brody, right?
So right here we got CS2 back admitting his house was raided on, I think it was the 25th, and on the 27th, 2 days later, he went to the 64th floor on Wilshire and spoke with federal with his attorney. After they searched your house and they don't find nothing, you're going to meet him. He tried to play like he don't know why he went up there. Listen to this shit. How the fuck you going with your attorney to speak with the feds, but gonna play like you don't remember why you went up there?
So I guess the story is, when I came down to Wilshire, I came down there to inform and not pick up whatever little items I had, or I don't know what the fuck that was, but I know I had.
They act like the story that Lamonte Deuce Sims is running is that I didn't come up here to pick up the files or whatever little property y'all had of mine 2 days later with my attorney. Nigga, your attorney could have went and got that with power of attorney. Nigga, you could have picked that up from downstairs. Why do you have to go all the way up here with an attorney? And how you don't know why you went down to the federal building with your attorney? Like, niggas act like they slow, bro. Listen. Now watch how Greg doing.
I had to come down to that Wilshire building, and I came down with my legal, which was Jeff Brody. I guess his whole narrative is I went to the Wilshire building to inform, which I don't know why I would have to inform, because I was never subject to any arrest or anything like that. So, and you let them know what my...
He said he wasn't arrested. The sheriff say you were the only one arrested. Another lie. Let's go.
Trip down to the Wilshire building, Intel.
Yeah, so I remember that day, and you came down there, and we basically just confronted you on the allegations and, explained to you why we were doing what we were doing, giving you the opportunity, with the hopes that you would know something that could help us out.
So while he's pretending he don't know why he went down there to go talk with the feds with his attorney, right? Greg Caden is telling you we confronted you with the allegations in hopes that you would tell us something. You went down there with the intent to inform. That was the purpose of you going down there to meet with Greg Caden. You went down there, waived your Miranda rights, and spoke with the police about whatever evidence they had over your head. whatever pistols they found in their head, money laundering, illegal shit that the feds, because the feds don't come until they already got you. See, they got unlimited resources. The feds do. You know what I'm saying? We get a lot of feedback. Diamond, hold up. When you ready to come off the mic, just come off the mic. But I'm getting a lot of feedback. So now you saying you don't know why you went down there. Greg Caden tell us right then and there to see if you will inform. Where's that statement at, Wack? They had to take notes. They had to record.
Turned out you really didn't have any information that was beneficial to what we were.
You didn't have any information that was beneficial to what we were looking for. Didn't say he didn't have no information for the police.
Pursuing. That was it. You know, I said, hey, you know, here's why we're here. Here's how we got here. And this is all there, you know, ultimately is to it, unless you have something you want to tell us, which was essentially nothing.
Unless you have something you want to tell us, which was essentially nothing. Essentially nothing is not nothing. That means he gave y'all something. Where's that statement at?
All right, and then in your paperwork, I don't know, how was I referred to? Was I referred to Wack, Cash Jones? They have this Back name. I don't know who the fuck Back is. I don't know. I know I've never had that moniker, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it was some coded shit. Or how did you recall referring to me through all the paperwork when you guys were like listening in on my wiretaps? So like saying, okay, this is Wack, this is Cash Jones on the wiretap. What was I referred to in your because I've never looked over that paperwork, never had a need to. What was I referred to?
Carson.
Well, you would have been identified as referred to most likely as like a target. And like your phone would have been target number, or your license plate would have been target whatever. It would have been, you know, clearly understandable to anybody reading it that this has something to do with this car, this phone, this person. You know, we wouldn't have referred to you as an informant because you never were. We would have referred to you as a target or a source of.
We would have referred to you as a target or a source of. Did y'all hear that? Let me play that back for y'all real quick. Because sometimes y'all be acting slow, man. I ain't talking fast. Y'all just listening slow. Listen to what this man just said.
Target number or your license plate would have been target whatever. It would have been, you know, clearly understandable to anybody reading it that this has something to do with this car, this phone, this person. You know, we wouldn't have referred to you as an informant because you never were. We would have referred to you as a target or a source of,
or
not a source of information because you weren't even that. So
then caught itself.
You know, I'm a little vague on it right now.
I'm a little vague on it right now.
Hold on. But
hey,
he would have been
after he catch himself that he would reveal that he was a source of something, right? You went from him lying that you're just the target to you being the source. Well, where we come from, there's a lot of niggas that were targeted, catch cases, and then turn into sources of information to line up other niggas. This bitch ass nigga out here working. We got a couple more minutes. Let's finish this shit. It's
you
good.
know, we would have referred to you by your name, Cash Jones. We don't usually use monikers under those circumstances, like Whack or Whack 100. It would just been, you know, a target.
Whack 100, I don't think Whack 100 existed yet.
It may not have.
No, he wasn't created.
I don't know.
All right. Well, listen, man. Reggie, I fucking appreciate you. This was a guide in because I don't like to do all the back and forth about the shit. T, you here?
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, Mike. I tried to get Lamonte, the guy who had the allegations. T Beats, y'all got any questions? Anything you may feel like you want to ask? I wasn't over there.
Look at this comment. How you get your property back before the case is over? Listen to him. He said he never got a case. The police, Coet said, and we got the paperwork, that he was the only one that got booked on the case, on the whole investigation. But I had to wait, bro. I caught my bank robbery in 2020. Within the last 2 to 3 years, the feds called me. I'm talking about the clothes that I wore during the bank robbery, my Rolex bracelet, my chain. They called me and my co-defendant about 1.5 years, 2 years ago to come get our property. So Kareem Ali, you 100% right and accurate on that, bro. You ain't just going to pick up whatever they confiscated from you and then CS2 back. Where's your property slip? Since you went to go get some kind of property or some files and shit, anything they took from you during that raid is on there. You could clear all this up and say Mark Stevens a habitual liar and he's scared of you and all that. You could clear all this up. Go get your motherfucking go get your property slip and your statement that you made to Greg Caden. Let's finish this shit, man.
In this room.
They said something about you going somewhere to 100 and something floors.
No, that's the federal building that he said I came to with my attorney.
Right.
He addressed that. Beach, you got any questions?
I just seen Ghost come in. He was one of the.
Another great question that interrupted my shit. Shout out TC. If the state searched your house, then why would you go to the feds to get your personal item? Damn.
Niggas is telling on himself, bro. Telling on himself and leaving clues that people that don't understand paperwork and can't articulate when somebody's working to glue this whole situation together. This is crazy, bro.
The ones over there.
Ghost. No, that's the dude. What is he? Just GHOT?
Yeah, GHOST.
Well, shit, I don't hear T. You grab him if you're down there. I really wish one of them was in here, but I can let Greg go. See if he'll come up, because I know Ghost, he really got a thing for me, so he gonna ask some great questions. Yo, Greg, how successful was that movie, man, on Netflix, man? It's still one of the top picks I see up there, the Unsolved.
You know, they got it pretty much right. It's Hollywood, so they've got to do their thing in order to make it entertaining. So I'm not going to say it's 100% accurate, but as far as the investigation goes and the conclusions of the investigations, it was solid. You know, I truly believe, and well.
So that's enough. We got into the Peter Roll Mafia. We showed that this dude, Reggie Wright Sr. and Jr., were charged with all of this shit. We gonna get into these comments, and then we gonna end this motherfucking live. Wax says his home. Let's go to that one. Wax says when his home was raided, they found documentation of whose house it was and then called it off. So if that happened, how'd they seize any property from his home in the process? Week live. And then again, why would you have to go talk to the feds after the sheriffs raided your house? And what happened to those charges? They just dropped them on them, but got Del Dog and everybody else? No excuses. He should have forfeit hearing to get property back, not to talk. Yeah, but he definitely got to bring that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? He think he beyond that. That's why he say he ain't from our community. Because if he claiming our community, he know we hold bitches like him accountable. Salute, bro. Salute. I wonder how much Wack paid that cop to talk for him. Got him. Fans got a pair of my red stained Reebok Classics. Golly, motherfuckers was clean too. Bro, you see my Rolex bracelet and chain? Nigga, all that. Nigga, they call me like, this is the feds, FBI. We have your property, the chain, and I'm as much as I would have loved to have that Rolex. That was my favorite Rolex bracelet and chain and my favorite jewelry. Nigga, I said, nigga, this shit sound like a trick. Nigga, I'm not going to see the motherfucking Fed. Nah, y'all can have that shit, nigga. The nigga called me 3-4 times, bro. Bro, didn't I tell you you can have it? Me too, my jewelry, my computer wasn't given back till after the case was over. Fact. ODM put it on Crip. You not shook a Dre 5. Bro, why is you on ODM Slim? He must be in the chat still. Damn. Whack is the kind of thief that leaves cookie crumb trails after he leaves the scene. Right. ETE exposed the exposers. Wait, who even is you, blood, right now? I'm naked right now. I'm snitching right now. Reggie, a grand jury witness in Keefe D case, he admitted that and still do videos weekly talking about the case. And how is he the a witness in the grand jury of a murder he was suspected in? I don't get that. But we gonna go ahead and thank everybody who came and supported. We've been on a long time. We got part 2 coming, Sunday confessional, but it might be Monday because the temple of God's within us all. The church is within us all.
It is the people and not the pulpit. Let's make sure our people is assured with the direction and the correction of what the church is. Amen.
Amen. But look, thanks to everybody who came and supported. Shout out to our corporate sponsors, United Color Raps. Shout out to uniquemusic.com. Go subscribe over there. We'll be over there. I'm ready to go kick it over there probably today. So y'all go subscribe up on there. We're going to open up groups. Follow the Damu Kiwe Conversation group. That's where we'll be able to go live, just like Clubhouse, but it'll be video chat with everybody that's in the room. So salute. Oh, they said, what's up with Wack trying to buy that gay man a poodle? He didn't try. He bought a gay man a poodle. That's another subject. Salute to you, dude. Choke No Joke and Del Rey too. Shitting on him.
Poodles in the chat.
But we gone. Free Big Simon for sure.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
And we gone.